We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
I know I'm not the one. Don't fake it, well, you know you don't belong to me.
Hello, and welcome to Direbear Adventuring Company. It's Tuesday night, so of course that's our Espogenesis campaign, our 5e sci-fi. I'll be your GM for the evening, Jason, from over at the Nerd Eternal Network. And joining me as usual will be Eric, playing Adrian, Sarah, playing Kat, Decca, who's getting pizza, playing Armanto, and joining us shortly will be Patrick, playing Hull. Brief review of last session. You wrapped up the human trafficking ring you had gotten involved in. With the help of the Seoul Defense Force, you raided their base in Russia, rescued, I think there were two that they left in the house, and then a handful that they were trying to ship away on a ship, or I should say an aircraft. So you saved several people. You took people captive. You never did find out much of what was going on, or who was really kind of behind it. But I'm sure you haven't pissed off anybody powerful. I'm sure there's nobody lurking in the shadows waiting to come after you. And if they are, you'll hear them coming because those shadows are getting kind of crowded at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say insight check.
You don't see anything in the darkness, but you can hear them all shuffling around trying to make room. Alright.
There's an elbow.
You can see them checking their phones in the shadow.
Let's see. I think you had traveled back to Esperella, kind of your home base, or the station orbiting Esperella. Tried to get in touch with Basil, only to find that the Achille, or the Vasher, I should say his last name, that Achille Vasher's estate had essentially been not shut down exactly, but it had been prepped for them to be away for a while. You had overheard a conversation not too long ago where Jim was talking to Basil and talking about still not having any idea where Achille had gone on his vacation. Or maybe sabbatical would have been a better term for it. But once you checked out his estate and found it shut down, you returned to the roustabout. And let's see, I'm getting things out of order. Because, when was it Jim made his confession to you?
After we got back to the roustabout, after knowing the estate was...
Okay. I had it in the right order after all. I was trying to remember if he had done that then or prior to that.
I have returned.
Excellent.
I may have burned my hand on the call.
As one does.
These things happen. Sacrifices must be made.
Sorry, I'm here.
Well, we were just reviewing, wrapping up the human trafficking, finding out Basil had skipped town. Jim confessing that he had told Achille things y'all had decided not to tell Achille.
Yeah.
Or,
Or done to disturb.
He had good reasons he thought at the time, but he's been feeling awful bad about it.
Okay. We're live?
Pardon? Oh,
Yeah, we're live, dude.
Okay.
I just had something flash up about.
It was really quiet, so I was like, are we live?
I saw some kind of little message come from my OBS, but it was gone about as soon as I saw it, and I was trying to figure out what it was. Anyway. Carrying on. Alright, so as I say, stalling, as I try to remember where I was at on my train of thought. So you gotten back. Jim had confessed his
Indiscretions.
Indiscretion's a good word. Indiscretion is a good word. But he did it in a high stress situation. You know, he was thinking about you guys.
Do you lot wonder why I keep secrets?
I just assumed you were a D-bag. But anyway.
You're just kind of, yeah.
You know, you hacker guys, you know, information's like money for you, so, you know.
Yeah.
You hoard that stuff like dragons.
I need a secrets dragon now.
And I believe y'all had discussed some ways you were going to try to track Achille down.
Yeah. Jim had said something about Basil talking about a lady on a planet that was basically a crazy cat lady.
That was kind of how his description ever came off, yes. Excuse me.
We were gonna find her something cute and fluffy and try to get information out of her, I think.
Yep. Threats won't do much. Won't get you anywhere with her. Bribing her with money, she's got plenty of that. But if you can show it with something cute enough, something she can add to her collection of pets.
Give her the robot dog.
She's not really interested in machines.
It's cute, okay?
Adrian just very slowly tilts his head at Armando.
Slowly pulls those knives he hasn't used all campaign. But
I just need to ask you some very pointed questions.
You can certainly try.
But you wear machinery, my good man.
What?
You wear machinery, my good man.
About as much as anybody else does, I guess.
there's a fair amount of people.
And what am I very, very good at getting into?
Oh
Trouble?
no, you're gonna Oh no, you're gonna hack my rig. I'm so scared.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. We
Just
shall
gonna make it play just really loud noises at an opportune moment. Every step is like a whoopee cushion noise.
see.
Pretty sure
Nah,
Armando is pretty noisy anyway.
I might get bored enough so every time you walk it goes do 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 do.
But yeah,
See,
the crazy
he
cat
likes
lady
it.
was your only lead at the moment.
Crazy cat lady.
Crazy cat lady. Jim's got a name for her, but Naroba. Naroba Desto. Dasto. Yeah. Last he was aware of her, she was on the planet Vacaro 5. It was an unoccupied world when she moved there. It has since become a colony world for the... Let me make sure I get the right race name.
Khajiit.
Kind of. The Valna. So yes, the cat folk.
And thus crazy cat lady becomes more potent.
Well, the name becomes more appropriate.
Yes, that's what I
Though
was...
she was on the planet first. The Valna have only been there 20 years or so.
She breeded them into existence.
Oh no. Don't speak that evil.
As far as what you could get her for a bribe, Jim's like, it's got to be, it's got to be cute, but it's also got to be, unusual or kind of rare, or, you can't just carry her a cute kitten and she can get those anywhere. And she's probably got some.
The world's oldest Earth cat.
Well, that means she wouldn't have it for very long.
Oh no, it's so old it's fossilized. Just give her a fossilized cat. Resurrection is a thing in this world.
I'm not sure if you can from old age, though.
Really fluffy pastel hamster with a unicorn horn.
Like on a
So
strap,
unicorn
or like
horn
genetically engineered?
Do what?
I said, unicorn horn on a strap?
No, like
Or
genetically
no.
modified to have a tiny unicorn horn, like some kind of weird tooth. They somehow took the growing power from like hamster teeth to give them a tiny horn.
Sounds like an abomination.
I wonder.
Probably
if
an adorable abomination.
I wonder if there is a galactic equivalent of a tribble.
Oh no. No.
What?
Do you want infestation? Infestation? That's how you get infestation.
But it's
Most-
cute, tiny, and fluffy. She'd love.
It purrs.
That's true, it does purr.
And
Yeah, Jason,
besides,
is there a galactic version of a tribble?
yeah.
There's lots of cute animals that are big and big for pets. Let's see. Once humans got out into space, cats caught on with a lot of people. Dogs to a lesser degree.
The universe is cat people confirmed.
Easier to put on spaceships.
And dogs have essentially been bred to recognize human facial cues as far as like emotion and stuff.
Cats don't give a shit.
Cats don't give a shit. They may like you, but you may never know that they like you. But they can't read you like a dog can. And while some of that translates into certain species, it doesn't translate into everybody, And, the Valna just flat out freak them out, so,
Can I do a search to see if there is some sort of galactic equivalent of a tribble?
You really want to
Sure.
bring tribbles into existence here?
I really want to bring tribbles into existence. I want a goddamn tribble. So damn bad.
Oh no.
You don't even know. I will find a Klingon and rub it in his face. I hear.
That would involve some
Sounds
copyright
really-
infringing reality jumping, I think.
Well, you don't have to call it a tribble.
Alright, so y'all start researching, or you start researching just kind of cute intergalactic critters.
Please don't sue us, Gene Roddenberry. Ghost of Gene Roddenberry.
Would it be more of an investigation or a computer check? That's the next question.
You'd
Or
be using a
xenobiology.
computer, but it would be more of an investigation.
Or xenobiology, actually.
Xenobiology would tell you about a species. I don't know that it would tell you this is a popular pet or this. I guess I guess you would be able to pick out whether they were good, easy to tame, or whether they were domesticated versions of them.
Okay, so my next question. Because I'm trained to be both an efficient investigator and I'm also a xenobiologist, could I give myself advantage on the roll for either one of those?
Make an investigation check, but yeah, you're a xenobiology. I'll let you have advantage on it. So 14 was your first roll. Go ahead and roll your.
Oh, well, that was computer use.
Oh,
that
okay,
I did.
never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And roll.
I'm just gonna toggle an advantage and hit investigation.
Okay.
If it's worse, it's worse. It's not worse.
Okay. You find a
Absolutely not
few different animals that are kind of cute and harmless. When you're saying you want a tribble, how close to a tribble are you looking for?
Something small, fluffy, and cute that makes purring noises.
All right.
That could be literally anything.
I can't exactly say make me a tribble.
Except that you have.
Okay. That's how you get Gene Roddenberry's ghost to sue you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not saying make me a tribble. I'm just saying give me like a non-copyright equivalent.
A kibble.
Sure.
A mibble.
Both of those sounds like something
Fribble?
you'd eat.
All right.
A dribble? No.
No,
That
that's
just sounds horrible.
yeah.
Hmm.
I'm trying to remember the name of the critter I'm thinking about.
What have I done?
You did this. You did this.
You did. You
Adrian.
did this. You totally did this.
It's something that I warn everybody. Sarah is very, very, very aware of it. You never give me the option of pets.
I'll remember this if I ever run another campaign for you.
Never give me that option. I will find some way to have one.
That's how we got a dire tiger.
Armored dire tiger.
Oh Jesus.
That
You
I literally suplexed, wrestled to the ground, and then forcibly tamed as a Minotaur barbarian in the middle of a gladiatorial arena.
It was not allowed outside of the bar.
Are you familiar with what a spiny anteater looks like?
Yes.
Okay. Think of something like that.
Okay.
But the spines are a little bit finer hair. It's lower to the ground. You know, its fur is actually poofy to the point that it kind of droops on the side, so you don't really even see its feet as it's running along the ground.
It's a mop.
And
Like
you
a
just barely
fuzzy
see its
echidna?
little snout sticking out of the fur in the front.
Oh my god, yes. After spending time researching, Adrian just goes, so I think I found something. Picture.
What the hell is that?
This is what I think she will like.
Do you know what it's called?
Yeah, do you know what it's called?
Yeah. So
What's
you
it
haven't given
called?
me the name yet?
What's it called?
I'll
Name
He's
it.
saying name it.
Name it.
name it.
Name it.
Okay.
Something that does not violate copyright, please. I mean, I guess that would hit Heath more than me, but you know.
Hold that thought. I'll get right on that.
Randomnamegenerator.com.
No. I am looking at something. Hold on.
Oh.
So anyway, what makes this creature stand out aside from just its cute factor? It's from a
Probably.
relatively small island. Think of something half the size of actually half the size of Madagascar. That's still a large island, but as far as the mass of the entire planet, it's from that one. It's from one little island on this planet. It had basically no predators. So it's easily tamed. It's not real excitable. People don't scare it. It is, however, very rare. Exporting them off the planet, it is illegal. But it's one of those things, kind of like koalas or whatever. It's much more popular on the sim than or Matrix or whatever they call their internet. I forget. Then you're more common. There's lots of, I guess, memes with it.
Oh, okay.
They've got a lot of fans, even though they're not actually allowed to export them as pets.
Mm-hmm.
This is
You're-
how we get in
You're
trouble.
you're just making the challenge for him now.
Well, Jim said it'd have to be something rare,
Mhm.
So this is a cute something that everybody's aware of, and would recognize. Most folks would recognize on sight, but not something you can actually just go out to the store and buy.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Does this thing have a penchant to just roll around sometimes?
Oh no.
I'm going to say if it finds something with an odor it likes, it rolls around in flowers. It rolls around in if you spilled fruit juice or something, something with a smell, a pleasant smell that attracts it. It'll kind of wallow around him. Not roll around like that's how it moves around, though. No, it is not Sonic.
God, it's that one Pokemon.
Wooloo.
It's Rammus from League of Legends.
Artwork of these things will depict them rolling up into a ball, but that's not actually something they do. It's just that they're that poofy.
Okay. Just because I am a horrible game, this has to be.
Did you post a picture? Oh, okay.
Who put a picture up?
Okay,
Nah.
he got a name. Is that the colloquial name or is that the scientific name?
I am not awake enough to give a scientific name, so don't even ask. But
Me too, Adrian. Me too.
You just throw random syllables together and it can mean something in some alien language.
yeah,
Alright, so how do you want me to pronounce that?
Bolarola.
Bolarola. Alright, it is a Bolarola. Who am I to judge? I mean, I am judging you, but who am I to do?
Yeah.
That's why I asked if it rolled around, because that name just like stuck in my head. I'm like,
In the early days, it was rumored that it did. Kind of like how people still tell stories about lemons running off into the ocean, and even though they don't do that. Unless, Disney hires people to push them off.
Give me 1 sec. I'm still here. I can still listen, but I'm just closing my door because it's too loud outside.
Not a problem.
so yes.
They hail from the planet Ilion. Which is a planet that's been colonized for a good long time. It's very industrial. Big chunks of their native island are wildlife habitats, that sort of thing.
How big are they? About?
There's a couple of different species on the island. You had some that were... You would come up to a man's waist.
Ooh.
But those are believed to be extinct.
Okay.
So they vary from, I guess you'd say big, I was going to say big rat, but that doesn't sound cute. Kind of from squirrel size to maybe dog size. Medium-sized dog size. Depending on exactly which of the species you grab.
Okay. And with that investigation,
The little
and
ones are
with
the cutest.
and with that xenobiology, would I know about how much they weigh at any given point, depending on the various subspecies?
Yeah, all that information. I mean, there's plenty of scientific, information on them.
Okay. Next question: do the small, super cute ones weigh less than 50 pounds?
Oh,
Side question:
absolutely.
can you pick up 2?
Side question number 2. Can I get 2 of them?
But yes, the small ones are definitely. I mean, you're talking something.
I have a feeling I know what you're trying to pull.
I
Maybe.
think I know what's going on too. You didn't tell me what this was, by the way. You just kind of like showed me the picture.
Well, it's cute and adorable.
But there's a time and place for secrets.
Okay, and
I mean, I imagine we've been talking about like what kind of cute animals to get this lady.
Aramonto's an idiot.
Aramonto, we're gonna perform. Remember how we were doing the human trafficking thing? We're gonna do the animal trafficking thing.
What?
Also, why are you talking about yourself in the third person? That's rather unhealthy.
What?
Well, you just said Aramonto's an idiot. That's talking about yourself in the third person. That's usually not very good for you.
Jeremy said that, not Aramonto.
It's hard to tell the difference. Your voices sound the same.
I'm sorry.
Alright. So as Adrian is running around the ship showing everybody, ooh, I think I found what we need. Jim's like, yeah, y'all want me to plot a course?
He's excited. He likes small fuzzy things.
Yeah, Captain, are we doing this? Are we really doing this?
We need information.
Please.
Hamster ain't gonna do. It's just.
Yes.
I'm sure. Considering some of the other crazy stuff we've done, this will be fine.
I will hold you to that, Cat.
Or we'll all get caught, thrown into jail, and we'll die there. One or the other.
Not the first time, won't be the last time. Let's do this, I guess.
Alright.
I mean, it's better than human trafficking.
Not by much.
Alright, so this goes wrong. What have we got? We've got
Jail time.
primordial immortal race, the shadow technocracy, some human traffickers, and now you're going to have the Galactic Wildlife Federation after you.
Only if they know we took it.
I said if things go wrong.
Yeah, if things go wrong, but I have a feeling, considering the questions that were being asked, I know it's going to try and...
Mm-hmm. Throw him out. Throw him out of space. Just cast air space breathing on them.
That way the cops can search your ship to their heart's content.
It's like, put them like little belts on the top of the ship. They're fine.
Look, I had them swallow some magnets. They'll stick to the hull. They'll walk around in the hull.
Little space magnet booties.
No.
But it turns out they don't like the booty, so every few steps they stop and they shake their foot.
It's like when you give a dog boots, they walk like this.
But you can't tell. All you see is just wiggling fluff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They can't really like kick their legs. They're so small and compact. For the riders.
Alright, so Jim's sitting there waiting for an answer.
Yep, we're going. Hit the button.
But that's not.
He contacts the station, gives technically is getting permission to disembark, but they can't really stop you legally without there being some cause.
Adrian, too excited, doesn't even let Cat say go. He's just like, go!
Need to kidnap a fluffy thing, go!
Congratulations, you found one of Adrian's weaknesses. Cute, fluffy things.
It's so fluffy!
Is that Adrian's weakness or is that Eric's weakness?
Yes.
Art imitates life.
Yes, it does. It's okay, Aramonto's just me when I was 15.
But with a great sword.
But with the ability to cast spells and stuff.
Alright. So you head off into the black. It takes you maybe a week of travel time. You got to get to a crucible, get to one on the right trade route to get you close.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow's system doesn't have a crucible. So about 5 days of travel is involved just getting from the closest crucible system to Yellow. Trip is uneventful because nobody chasing you would have any reason to think you were heading to this place. I mean, none at all.
I can't tell when you say stuff like that.
Apparently, we pulled a move so good that we flummoxed the entirety of a galaxy. Add that to the bingo card.
The shadow technocracy is just there like this, arms crossed.
So anyway, you'll get
They were
to,
supposed to come over here.
to
What are they
yellow.
doing?
Let's see. Technically yellow 4, but it's the only habitable world in the system. So
Mm-hmm.
and sure enough, you come up. And on the night side, you see lights everywhere because, like I said, it's been colonized a very long time. There are, very industrial, but they managed to do it without, wiping out all the. It's not like us where you got massive deforestation because of the Industrial Revolution. These were people that already showed up with all that stage kind of done.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like one of those things where it's like, welcome to Ilios 4, home of the Bolarolas.
Bolarolas are not the first thing the system tries to associate with itself, but they are kind of like China and the panda.
Okay.
They are kind of the mascot. They're also the home to some large
koalas.
businesses. There's other stuff they talk about.
Like Australian koalas.
Or kangaroos. They use kangaroos for a lot of stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But yeah, it's like that. A lot of the businesses here use some of the various wildlife as mascots. The Bolarolas are very popular.
They're cute and fluffy. How could they not be?
You make inquiries about the island they're on. You cannot land your ship directly on the island.
Okay,
Of course.
Michigan.
But the next closest landmass, there's plenty of places there. There are tourists, you can go to the island. There's habited areas of the island. And there's lots of, touristy kind of stuff and wildlife tours. And, Bolarolas are in zoos all over the planet. Some of them are even petting zoo kind of things,
Mm-hmm.
Go to the petting zoo, take one,
Oh no.
put it into slave. We're good.
Whoosh.
Sleight of hand. Wear really baggy sleeves.
Adrian
Yeah.
teleport one to the ship.
Or just stick it up in the back of your shirt. Hey, you've got a hunch. And then look, when it walks across your shoulders to the other side, look bewildered when people point it out. Was it your hump on the other side? What hump?
Migrates, don't judge him. Very sensitive about it.
You stick it in Aramanta's armor, and as it's jutting out, that's just part of my rig.
Someone talks about it, I just turn looking at him. Well, you don't see me talking about it, but if you must insist, you get the blonde and I'll get the one with the turban. Because you mentioned the hump thing and Young
Yes.
Frankenstein. Mind.
It was Young Frankenstein.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen it in years now, but yeah.
It's a tradition here to watch it every Halloween. That's like the one thing we do on Halloween night as a family is like, all right, it's time to watch Young Frankenstein.
Now here's a question that people haven't asked yet. Do they use two of them with a string attached to them as like a bola?
No.
That would just be cruel.
Put like a chain attached to them.
No, but apparently in my research, I did find out they are adept at grabbing onto things and running at people in pairs if they feel threatened.
Are you going to threaten one?
No. But apparently they've become sort of nature's bolas when they do feel threatened.
Like
It's pretty
otters.
impressive to watch.
Like otters.
Yeah, they have to like hold hands to sleep, so they don't float away. We're just making the world's cutest NPC species.
We're doing all the world building for you, Jason. Don't worry.
Yep. All right. So you get landed, no problem. Docking fees are a little higher than they are a lot of places, but you're landing in a very touristy area.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Leaving the ship, you've got people handing out brochures, kind of things.
I'll also grab one. What's this?
Yeah, it's a little old-fashioned, low-tech, but you know.
I haven't seen one of these
Otherwise,
since I was a
spam filters
kid.
get it if you try to randomly mail it to people as they step off the ships.
Yeah. Or I'm also looking at like I haven't seen one of these since I was a kid.
Pretty sure you had flyers on the pirate base I went to. For some of the
Doesn't count.
restaurants.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but we're not going to admit we're on a pirate base. So.
yeah,
Alright.
exactly.
And it's the tourism board that's handing these out, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an advertisement for a particular place. It's just kind of talking about all the different kind of things you can do, you know.
Does it mention the Bolarolas?
Absolutely. They figure prominently. Because you've got the island here, like I said, think of Madagascar. So you've got the island here, and then you've got kind of a mainland, you know, a little ways off. So y'all basically landed, you know, at the closest part to the island. So they've got lots of tours that carry people over, you know, this, that, and the other.
In that research that I did on these creatures, did I figure out like what kind of like fines or punishments are levied upon people that smuggle one off the planet?
You could potentially let's see. 20 years is not an unusual punishment for you know, for smuggling these endangered creatures off.
Okay.
Oh, and they're endangered now.
But I thought I'd cover that before because they're just on the one little spot. And, oh, I'm sorry.
That doesn't mean they're endangered. It just means they're native.
Fair enough.
Okay. Next question. Is there any stipulations that are made for finding one that happens to not be on the planet?
It is illegal to
have
own
exotic
one.
wildlife.
It is illegal to own one within the arch.
Okay.
I mean, if you stumbled across one, you know, feeding it or whatever while you contact the authority, you know, they're not like super unreasonable about it. It's just, you know. And one thing is, while they are considered endangered, no one has really been able to get it to successfully breed them off-world.
Okay. Any particular reasons why?
They
Or
think it's
just-
something to do dietary.
Okay.
In the early days, when they did export some, they had no, you know, they'd live out their normal lifespan everywhere else. Their health didn't seem to suffer from it.
Mm-hmm.
But they simply never seemed to breed.
Breed. I thought you said breathe.
Get them off
different.
world and their lungs just give out.
That's different. That's important.
You carry it to the crazy cat lady, and you completely just weakened it, Bernie's it. Oh no, he's fine, see?
The Bolorola enjoys kipping on its back.
The smell of it just naturally stink.
It's like ferrets.
But no, best they can tell is either something dietary or something in the environment that kind of triggers their you know, breeding instinct that just isn't present in other places. They haven't exactly pinned it down yet.
Okay.
But it does mean if you get caught with one in other places, you don't get hit with any charges for bringing in like an invasive species or anything, because even if you bring in a pair of them, they're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right.
Hola.
Hey, there he is. Okay, Patrick, to catch you up real quick. They're trying to find something cute and fluffy to bribe a contact Jim knows about.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week.
Okay. I thought we were. You are now on the planet Yellow 4. It has a critter called a Bolarola. Think like a really... Think something built like a spiny anteater, if you ever seen one of those. But kind of poofier, so that the hair kind of droops along the sides. Because Eric really, really, really wanted something like a triple.
I will. Yeah. I'm not apologizing.
So anyway, you have traveled to the world these things are from. They're only from one island on this world. They are endangered or at least threatened. Low population or whatever. So it's illegal to export them. So y'all are in the early stages of plotting how to steal one.
Bold of you to assume Adrian doesn't have a plan already.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you've landed. You've gotten a tour. The tourism board has handed out a flyer to you as you get off.
Hey, look, Adrian. It's more of those things. He shows the page like that.
These creatures don't have much in the way of natural predators, so they should work for pets pretty well. But they've never succeeded. They don't seem to breed. Ever go into the kind of their breeding.
Like pan.
Wow, you were really quiet there, Patrick. What was that?
Like pandas.
Kind of. Though you have had, I think, a few pandas bred in captivity. These things, they think it's something either in their food source or in the environment that kind of triggers, that tells them it's time, and you don't have that present in, on alien worlds or whatever. And the prison sentence can be as high as 20 years for smuggling one. Just so you know.
Only if you get caught.
Only if you get caught. And it's not always that high. If you get caught but the animal isn't harmed, it might be a little lower, if you're really rich, sometimes you can get off on just this hand slap. But that's kind of typical stuff.
Also, immediately using one's Ebola.
Oh, then they start stacking extra charges on there.
Abuse.
Animal cruelty. The smuggling's 20 years. Animal cruelty's another 5 or 10.
You can try to take the alarm harm.
Turns out bolas are illegal in this world, so it's an illegal weapons charge.
It's like having brass knuckles in a conservative state.
Alright, so you've landed, you've got a flyer, you're in a tourist city.
Look, it's the flyer. It's the thing.
I can see that.
Cool.
It's adorable.
It is.
Now, are all of y'all walking around in your armored get-ups and your masks and your rigs and all that jazz?
I can't take off my rig.
That's true, you cannot.
Considering it's tourism place, Cat's just wearing a big hat instead of the mask.
Aramanto is more. He's wearing the cloak, but he's like making it like flowy.
The leaf cloak?
Mm-hmm.
Adrian has large tinted sunglasses on.
And a
He
fake
really is gonna
mustache.
weekend at Bernie's. He really is gonna weekend at Bernie's.
Old disguised as Killbot as his camera.
Carrying around a combat droid out in the open really going to get you some looks and police attention.
Well, not unless I make him look like just a camera bot.
Can you change his appearance?
Can you hide the giant knives?
It says I didn't make a facial like saying it like how its appearance looks doesn't really come into play here. That's all green.
So he could look a little different anytime you manifested him. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yes, you could disguise him as basically a camera. Or, like a camera drone or something.
You're just like, oh my god, guys, look at this vlog I'm gonna do. It's gonna be dope. Look at these fucking animals.
Some of them might actually be doing that.
I'm sure. Adrian.
What?
All right, y'all are in a tourist city. What y'all gonna do?
Well,
How much do I need to cover for you?
you technically don't.
Good, I'm gonna go pet one of the cute things.
Yeah, me too.
Armando's going to get a stiff fucking drink, and then he's gonna go pet the cute
And-
ones.
And while this is happening, Adrian is going to mentally command Yanni to, while they're doing whatever they're doing in this town, to fly over to the island that has the Bolarolas on it. And just to watch them, watch movement, see how they're cared for, how they're, what's the word I'm looking for here? Observed, I believe, or kept watch over.
Okay.
It's not exactly the word I'm looking for, but you kind of get the gist, I think.
It's gonna take him a while traveling, flying across the ocean at his speed to get there, but
No, that's fine. I mean, I figured we got time, and if we're going to be blending in as tourists, him not never having to rest and moving at 80 feet a second, 80 feet every 6 seconds. Got time.
yeah.
Basically, we sleep for one night. He's probably close to being there. Yeah, but that is his orders, and because thanks to my empowered link, I can speak through and hear him and see whatever he needs to see from up to an entire solar system away.
Is that what you got when you leveled up?
To level 7, yeah, I picked the empowered link evocation.
Oh, okay. So now basically, as long as y'all are in the same system, you can connect with it.
Basically it removes that 100-foot restriction and makes it the limit of a star system instead.
To
But
know
it's
what
only
now, does that let you? Does that still let you use your powers through him at that range?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's stupid.
That's frightening,
It is.
and will clearly
It
be
is.
used against you at some point.
Well, I'm not surprised, but yeah, it's something that's only available to technomancers that took the extended link to get the familiar. It's something that's unique only to those kind of cybermancers.
And it's one of your evocations, so that means you're not taking something, that might be
That
more
could
combat
actually
useful.
do damage. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can use touch spells that are touch spells, but those are very few and far between in this universe.
Inflict wounds. Oh wait, that's not in this game.
No. I think the only one I have is literally the system lock. I believe. No, that and push. Yeah, those are the only two powers I have that are touched, I believe. But yeah, that's what Yanni's gonna do, is he's gonna fly there while invisible.
Okay.
And Adrian is gonna spend his time just being a tourist.
Okay. We'll say that gives you a day and a half before Yanni can get there and start reporting back.
That's fine.
So you said you were finding two of you were finding one of the petting zoos.
Hell yeah, Adrian's going to a petting zoo. Are you kidding me?
Uh,
He's all over that.
Armando was immediately going to get a stiff drink.
I'm gonna need it.
Jim's going with you.
Good. Thank you, Jim. Come on. I'm fucking done here. I'm already done here. I hate it.
Let's say, but before Jim leaves, Adrian's going to pat him on the shoulder, sort of lean in and say, "Don't you dare tell a goddamn soul."
I'm not going to tell anybody. I only told Achille because I thought I was going to die, and y'all would need somebody to come pick your asses up.
Yes.
I'm sorry it worked out the way it did.
And his voice lowers, so he's 100% sure he's the only one that Jim's the only one that can hear this. You remember who was on that station there?
Which station?
The destroyer?
Oh yeah, yeah. What about him?
How good do you think your luck is that you just sent your employer? And he will leave it at that, and then go on to do his thing.
What a veiled threat.
Well, no. I think he's just trying to make Jim feel guilty about possibly sending Achille somewhere dangerous. But he told Achille about all that, so
Oh no, he's yeah, but he is doing that on purpose. He wants Jim to know completely just how badly he fucked up doing that.
Achilles dead. It's your fault.
Jim
No,
drinks
she
heavy
doesn't
that
say
day,
that.
Armando. Jim drinks heavy.
He drinks significantly heavier now.
Hull, what are you going to do in basically a tourist trap?
Oh. Oh. Tourist traps are something he's kind of new to. So he actually enjoys himself.
He's out buying the stuffed Bolarolas, the Bolarola hats.
$5.
That absolutely exists.
Oh yeah. Like I said, this is not the entire planet does not revolve around these things, but this spot pretty much does. That and some other wildlife on the planet, in the area. But
I'll wait for y'all to catch that.
what's that?
I didn't even hear what you said, man.
Oh, he posted something.
No, it's in chat.
Yeah.
I could picture it with themed bowling balls.
Mm-hmm. It's like a Bolarola shaped bowl.
The Bolarola bowling alley.
Oh jeez.
I can imagine.
Bolarola mini golf.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not Let's Golf. It's For Honor, whatever that game is.
Oh no! I know what you're talking about.
But
Katamari balls.
Yes.
Just everything gets stuck in the fur. As I realize we've been making the memes.
We are the memes.
Well,
We
I mean,
are the future ship posters.
I mean, Jason did say these things have a lot of memes hanging around them, so
that was my mistake.
we have invented them for you.
All right. So a day and a half, y'all are just kind of, fiddle farting around. Like I said, you can get tours of the island.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that live on the island, but it's not the entire island is not a nature reserve, but large sections of it are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And nobody without special permission is allowed to land, spacecraft on there.
Mm-hmm.
Smuggling has not been a huge issue in the last decade or two, but there was a point when they were having a lot of trouble with smugglers.
Mm.
So anyway, day and a half later, Yanni arrives on the island.
Yes. He's gonna have Yanni just look around at that stuff, try to figure out how these things are observed, or there's any kind of tracking mechanisms that are put on them, that kind of a thing.
Okay. What kind of sensory equipment does Yanni have? Or is he basically just got eyes and ears?
He basically has eyes and ears. He does have that motion tracker, but if needed, Adrian can use some of his powers through Yanni, but that would require hacking into things.
Okay.
Well, no, he could use his analyze device power, because it is a touch power. All he has to do is get close to one of these things.
Okay. So at some point he's gonna find a Bolarola and put his hand or pincher or whatever around he's got, touch it.
Basically, just he's gonna find one that's like napping or asleep. Go up to it, see if there's any kind of tag on it or whatever that might identify that these things are being traced.
You don't see any sort of, or he doesn't see any sort of tag or collars or anything. I mean, without digging through the fur, he doesn't see anything. And a collar or something would hold down the fur. It should be noticeable.
Yeah. Then it will. Then he will go and sort of like put a pincer on it, like probably on the snout, the only part that's visible, so it wouldn't be visible that something was depressing the fur. Since you said like the snout kind of peeks out a little bit.
Yeah. You can just barely make out the snaps on the end of it.
Yeah, and he'll try to analyze, see like maybe if it's been like microchipped or anything like that.
And yes, it appears to be chipped.
It is chipped. Okay.
Take a closer look at this snout.
I mean,
You must boop the snoot.
I have already booped the snoot.
The
snoot has been booped.
And of course, I can't see, but I guess when the second you hear boop the snoot, one of your cats pop in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Unfortunately, don't have a cat counter going on right now.
They've all abandoned me.
No.
They're downstairs. They found a new comfy spot they love.
Yep.
Okay.
cats are natural explorers.
Yeah.
That's why they love boxes. Alright. So yes, the one Yanni checks has been chipped. The chip is tied into, what do they call it, the SIM.
Uh-huh.
So it could be tracked anywhere where it can get a SIM connection.
Right.
So, if you blooped it over into your ship, they're going to know about it pretty quick. Potentially.
Fair.
Depending on how closely monitored it is.
Uh-huh.
If you try to fly off anywhere in the system, they're going to,
They're going to be able to detect it. Okay.
You would have to hit a backwater world pretty quickly.
Right.
Or, of course, disable the chip.
Yeah, that was my next question, is can the chip be disabled?
You could surgically remove it and destroy the chip.
Okay.
That
So it
poor
can't.
animal.
So it can't be disabled then.
Not remotely, no.
Not removed. Okay.
You're fairly certain that is probably how it was designed, just to make it extra hard for anybody to turn one off.
That makes sense.
The Cybermancer.
As far as Yanni looking around for any other kind of observation, you don't see cameras hidden in the trees or anything. Give me a perception check for him, for Yanni.
For him. Okay.
I have a question
Yes.
while he's doing that. If he's using Yanni's eyes and ears for perception, and this is just a general 5e question I guess I have. Are you using Yanni's stats or are you using Adrian's? If you're perceiving through him.
He can
If
see
it's
what Yanni
Yanni,
sees,
yeah.
but it's still Yanni sitting there looking around to see if there's anything to focus on.
Fair enough. Okay.
Actually, it's a small point of contention. If Yanni himself is doing it, yes. But if Adrian is looking through Yanni, then it's Adrian's stats that are used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're basically riding him at that point. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're talking about.
You're Jaegering Yanni.
Basically,
I was thinking more of it as you're sitting in front of a monitor, just seeing whatever Yanni's looking at. But when you're connected like that, you can kind of control where you. Okay.
Yeah, and if he was just sort of like tossing Yanni out there to do his thing, yeah, it'd basically be just monitor. But if he's actually like jacked into Yanni's senses to look, then it's Adrian's. So, because he really wants this to work, he's using his own senses.
Okay.
Because Yanni's is not as good.
So Yanni did not spot anything on his own before you jack in.
Yeah.
Assuming direct control.
They're drift compatible.
17 on perception.
You don't see any cameras mounted in trees or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a bug in here or something.
But that bug, though.
Well, I heard a thump earlier when it hit one of the umbrellas over my lights, but I don't know where it's got to now. But anyway, distractions aside.
Yeah.
What you spot Yanni didn't is the occasional camera drone flying around.
Okay. Thank goodness Yanni is invisible.
They don't seem to be observing the animals particularly closely. You think
Mhm.
this may be more security as opposed to scientific observation of the animal?
Patrol paths.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Is there any sort of method to that madness, or just they're just moving around at random?
Yanni has not been there long enough to really pick up, patrol patterns or anything.
Fair enough. Okay.
Keep in mind this island is, while it's small compared to Greenland or Australia. Well, I guess Australia's a continent, but it's still a decent amount of land
Yeah.
for one little drone to be flying around looking at.
Okay. Spotting the drone, he will tell Yanni to keep an eye out for any more drones like that, and just to take the rest of the day to sort of just map out if there's any sort of blind spots where these drones might be. If there's any, and basically just go around, find other sleeping Bolarolas and sort of like boop them, see if they're chipped, if it's like a universal, like they're all kind of chipped thing,
Okay.
or if it's just some aren't, some are kind of a thing, just to keep track of like herds and whatnot.
Okay.
I say herds like they move in giant little balls of fluff, but
They kidnap them at birth and ship them.
No, when they start their migration, they go like tumbleweed.
Oh God, that's horrible!
this giant like
my
cloud of fluff just going.
I just realized, oh dear lord, they're Wooloos.
They're absolutely wooloos. We made that joke earlier.
Okay,
No, you're good. We got you. We're on the same wavelength.
Yep, joke was made.
You don't
for
have
show.
alright, good.
you don't have packs of Bolarola. You have tumbles of Bolarola.
Yes.
If there's ever a dust storm kicking in, it's just a bunch of Polarolas.
Got a Bolarola tornado.
Oh,
Oh no.
They're fluffy when they land. They just bounce gently and womble off.
Basically, every adult Yanni checks has been chipped.
Okay.
A few of the pups have not been.
Right.
When you say pups, how pup?
They're just little.
Could they survive without their parents?
The majority of the ones Yanni sees still seem to be nursing. And they're constantly just with one of the parents.
it's the rite of passage to get chipped.
You know, man.
Claw.
Oh man.
Good grief.
The claw. Ah, fuck.
Now
It
the location of there are research stations in and out amongst the refuge.
Mm-hmm.
So you could always some of those places you could actually tour if you wanted to. Like I said, you have guided tours that take you out into the into the wild, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go fly over to one of those research stations and sort of see like if they're the ones that monitor these things.
There's some weird security detail somewhere. It's just like, yes, fluffs. This is the dream job.
I mean, honestly, yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to nod and my stupid laptop's moving.
So you gotta go check out one of these research stations. it's almost set up like a veterinary. Crap. What else? My train of thought here, or lost my word. But it's got all the medical equipment you would need. That a veterinarian would need. As Yanni observes, they bring some in and kind of check them over. Weigh them, take a couple of little samples, put them back into a bucket, carry them back out. He does see them. He does see them taking some slightly larger pups and chipping them.
Okay.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, it looks about like giving them a shot. The chips are quite small.
Mm-hmm.
And the boulder rollers don't seem to be anything more than slightly annoyed, maybe, with them in the whole process.
It's basically like chipping a dog.
Yeah, exactly. But
Okay.
Quick, grab one before they can ship it.
Just disappear with it.
Okay, so noting that the one he's next going to pay attention to these ones they're bringing in to chip. Do they look, considering all the information that's out there about these things, since you'd mentioned they're very popular, do they look old enough to survive without their parents?
Do you have xenobiology?
Yes, I do.
Give me a roll for that.
Okay. $24.
Oh, yep, that's definitely good enough for you to know. You believe so, yes.
Okay.
Looking at the size, you think that may actually be kind of when they chip them.
Is when they're old enough to survive on their own. Okay.
Because when they hit, and you can, researching them, you find that, at that age is when they start to wander off from the parents a little bit.
All right.
They're fairly social animals, so they're not, they don't just take off, but where the pups pretty much stay just right with the mother.
Okay. Is there any adverse effect on them to be separated from others of their kind?
What research they've got on like the early days when they were still being exported some? Not really. I mean, they're social animals, kind of like dogs are social. Dogs can be social with other dogs, or they can be social with humans.
Try to be social with cats.
My brother had one that was very successful in that.
Fair enough.
The mother cat had abandoned the kittens, and his dog Peach just adopted them.
My dog Toby has done that with Pork Chop.
Now, they did not. The kittens did not appreciate Peach cleaning them, but she would just pin them down and start licking on them.
Fair. Okay. So, after all that, 'cause that's probably taken a while to look up. I assume they're probably either on their ship or at a hotel room somewhere, maybe.
Ship would probably be a better idea.
Ship would be
Yeah.
okay. So ship.
We gotta go!
He will relay that information that the adults are chipped. So if we want to grab an adult, then we'd have to be very, very quick to surgically remove the chip so it can't be tracked. The ones that aren't chipped are pups that can't survive without their parents. If we want to grab one that isn't chipped, then it would have to actually be in one of the research bases and take them just before they're being chipped. There are drones that fly around to keep an eye on things, so we'd have to be careful about not getting caught by those.
I'm just picturing
Question
y'all
to
all
the
sitting
DM.
around a table, smoke-filled
Yeah.
as you plan your heist.
Yeah.
Here, we're gonna steal this adorable creature.
I'm gonna grab it and tuck it up into my arm and run with it like it's football.
You just hear dun dun bump bump bump. I
Somehow the color gradient of the universe turned black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how it happened.
Extreme contrast.
There's just red here and there everywhere.
Random fog.
Armand was looking around like, what the fuck? I didn't drink that much.
I got bored.
I got bored.
Well, it's been another day or so at least, because he had Yanni scouting the place out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
no, Armand has been drinking this whole time. This is not what he signed up
nonstop.
for.
So
It's just
my
one
next
of those
question
few
to
days.
the DM.
Mhm.
When they bring these things in to get chipped, is it always one at a time?
No. I described them as like setting them down in buckets and carrying the buckets.
Mm-hmm.
The adults are usually one per bucket.
Okay.
The pups, a lot of times, it may be 3 or 4 of them in there.
Right.
You know, and they'll set the bucket down, they'll get one, they'll put him in there, and they'll do it.
Mm. I saw Sarah grinning at me.
And I know what's going on.
She knows me too well. We've been friends for too long.
I know what kind of bullshit you're about to pull.
Maybe. Okay. So while we've taken this time, Yanni is going to go find another base. Or the same one.
Okay.
He's going to observe the chipping process for a little while.
Okay.
Any of these buckets that are brought in, is there one that has a decent sized Bolarolas in it? Maybe 2 of them in the bucket?
Even or odd?
Oh boy.
Odd.
It was even, so no.
No. Okay.
Of the like, are you talking about the adult-sized ones?
Ones that look old enough to survive.
Okay, well that's most of the ones they're bringing in. They usually bring in the adults that are already chipped to check them over, or they
Okay.
bring in the young when they're ready to be chipped.
Right. Of the ones that are ready to be chipped, is there one that has just 2 of them in a bucket? That Yanni can see as he sort of stays in there and observes this, because he doesn't have to sleep ever.
You said odd. We'll stick with okay. Yeah, at some point during the process, there he is. Yes.
Okay. What time of day is it right now? During that particular moment.
Let me find a 12-sided dice. We're all
It's
12-sided.
2:30.
12-sided dice for the hour. Even is AM, odd is PM.
It's oddly specific.
What did I say? Odd was PM?
Yeah.
It is 8 o'clock in the evening.
8 o'clock in the evening? Okay.
It's just randomly midnight for
He
some reason.
will... Does Jim look drunk? Since he's been drinking.
He's been drinking with me, so probably.
Not wasted.
Could he
That
pilot a
does.
spaceship?
Yeah, can he pilot a spaceship?
If
Basically.
we get pulled over, is he gonna pass the breathalyzer?
Probably. He's probably fine. He's not stumbling or tipsy or anything. You just know that he's been drinking, off and on through the day.
Okay. Right.
Monto's immune to this.
But it's
Oh.
been like beer, not the hard liquor or anything like that.
Right. Okay, so we've been there long enough that there's people that are coming and leaving.
Mhm.
Is there... Alrighty. probably would take too much time to figure out if there's anybody leaving the planet around this time. Or probably a little bit after.
Planet this size, there's always going to be people coming and going.
From the area we're in right now. I should clarify.
Oh, you can give me a check to see what you can find.
Sure. Computer? Or just
yes.
investigation?
Yeah, if your investigation involves actually hacking into something for information that's not readily available to the public, then yes, computers. If you're just looking around on the publicly available stuff, roll an investigation.
Yeah.
You know, the difficulties will vary depending on what you're doing. But...
Yeah. 16 investigation. He's not trying to make a scene. He's just sort of going, okay, like when are the usual times people leave, kind of a thing.
When are the checkout hours, kind of thing. A lot of times in the morning, you know, after they've done whatever they're going to do during their last day there, they sleep that night and they leave.
Right.
And you have a little rush in the evening, like folks that did their tourism thing through the day and decided to leave that night rather than, pay for another night at the hotel or whatever.
Sure.
But it's more in the morning, but there is like a little rush in the early evening.
And early evening is around when?
It gets dark local time. It gets dark around 7:30.
Around 7. You said it's about 8 now.
So think 7:30 to about 9 when that little rush happens. I guess 9 is not early evening, but
Sure.
with most of them kind of in the center of that.
So Yanni's gonna fly down to this bucket that has the 2 things in it. He'll grab the bucket.
Okay.
Adrian will take a look around with Yanni's senses as he just sort of scoots around the bucket a little bit. See if there's any cameras or anything in here that keeps an eye on things.
Give me a perception check.
17.
Now, he does not see any cameras in this room specifically. Now, having checked out the rest of the facility, there's cameras in the hallways.
Okay, so
Anything
anything that is specifically looking at this room, like at the interior of this room.
No, the only camera in this room is they have a camera. The bench they work at, they have a camera focused on, basically attached to the bench, focused down on, where they'll be working on the animal.
Okay. And this bucket is not on the bench.
No, it's over to the side.
Over to the side. Okay. So he's going to wait until he sees the guy turn around to get to his tools or whatever he has to do to, chip the Bolorella. Does this bucket weigh less than 75 pounds?
I thought it was 50 pounds earlier.
No, I just checked it. He has a strength of 5, and carrying weight is strength score times 15. So 75 pounds.
It is. It's a bucket about like that, made out of some kind of plastic. So no, it's fairly lightweight.
Okay, and is it less than 75 pounds with these creatures in it?
You were grabbing the one that had the 2?
Yes, the 2 smaller ones that can survive.
The 2 pups, but
the adolescents.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's basically a little plastic bucket with like 2 little kittens inside. So yeah, I would say it comes in under 75 pounds certainly.
Okay.
Also gonna
He will.
for a sec.
Okay.
He will grab it, and because he is holding it now, due to his own powers, the bucket and the kits in it have disappeared. They are considered as invisible.
Okay, but he's still in the room with him. They just vanish.
Yes.
Let me make a check for my veterinary intern or whatever this guy would be.
Some intern with a shitty passive perception.
Who's about to get fired, probably.
Yup.
We'll get the guy's name and just anonymously deposit money in his account.
Oh yeah, because that won't look weird to the police.
Yeah.
So somebody smuggled 2 of these creatures out, and a few days later you got paid.
Okay, yeah, that does. Yeah, I was thinking maybe like just to make sure he doesn't like die of starvation, but now it looks like he's part of it.
No, I mean you're assuming this is something Adrian wouldn't do to cover their tracks.
Send him like 1,000.
He's chaotic neutral for a reason.
Fair enough.
He actually kind of leans a little bit closer to the evil spectrum sometimes.
Usually. I always forget what I put Aramonto as.
You're good something, I think.
I am
I want to say
neutrally
you're lawful.
good.
Oh, I thought you were lawful good.
I don't know. He's not lawful good. Are you crazy?
He would not be with us if he was lawful good.
I would.
True.
I'm already done with you as neutral good.
Fair, yeah.
All right.
To keep adjusting how I'm laying because everything hurts.
Are we sore?
Yes, you're very sore. I had to move around a lot of bikes today. Everything hurts.
Oh yes, that's right. I was looking for his.
I'll say also, Yanni will very slowly pick up the bucket, sort of shift away from where he set the bucket down, so the guy doesn't come over to the bucket and go, "Oh, it's still here."
Like lifting it enough off the floor so it doesn't like scrape.
Yeah, and to be as slow enough as possible to not like jostle the creatures.
There's a check in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Ah, there he is.
Like, that's a lot of shit.
The commoner stats.
He's just taking his time as opposed to rushing.
Right.
So, I mean, he could rush and go 40 feet in 6 seconds, but that might do something. Yeah. So he's just taking his time with it instead.
All right, so
It's just swinging madly behind him.
okay. Thus far, he has not noticed that the bucket is missing. He's just grabbing his
Oh,
little,
no.
his little sensors, taking his little blood samples.
Right. So,
And you know from having watched this before, this is the check he's doing over this adult it's like a 5-6 minute job.
okay.
5 what?
You said 5 to 6 minute job.
Yeah.
Okay. So Yanni will then recall back to Adrian with the bucket.
And you are you said you were you were staying in the ship, not in a hotel.
Right.
Hope they don't chip the buckets.
Why would you chip a bucket?
They know espers exist. They're
Okay.
paranoid.
Still,
When it gets there with the bucket, Adrian is checking. Just
chucks
because
the
he
bucket
said that.
off.
The chips are the buckets are not chipped.
Okay.
The bucket looks very inexpensive.
Yeah.
Home Depot orange bucket.
Yeah. So 8 o'clock, Adrian is sitting there just nodding to himself, and then suddenly, bucket.
You look down in the bucket, and the two little pups are in there.
This is everything I ever wanted.
Yeah, he's immediately like, just petting on him.
Armanto's like, has seen this guy be like a hardened criminal at times. It's like, oh, I'm like looking at him like, what?
If Kat is in the room, she's probably losing her shit over small fluffy things, honestly.
Oh, there are small fluffy things in this room right now.
She
Well,
just grabbed small fluffy thing.
I figure Adrian is probably in his room because you've been it's been a couple of days of observing these researchers on this island. So for the moment, until he tells you he's got them all to himself.
Yes. He won't tell everybody he has them until probably another hour or two. Because small fluffy thing. Yes.
I'm distracted by small fluffy thing like, oh, we should get off the planet.
Armando knocking on the door like, hey, you good in there? Get out of here.
He's
Yanni
sitting there
just sort
with
of
the
flies
two
out.
pups just pressed either side of his head. Don't judge me.
I mean, you're not wrong. But no. No,
They make
he's sort
cute
of
like tribal guinea pig noises.
I have not put any thought into what kind of noise a Motorola makes.
triple noises.
Well, that's right. You said you wanted them to purr when petted.
Yes.
So they make a slight purring noise.
Not today.
This is everything I ever wanted out of today.
Today I'm muted. Okay, I am unmuted. Good.
Okay. So Yanni will fly out of the room, and Kat will feel a ting 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 on her head.
Oh god, what the hell's going on?
Through Yanni, Adrian's voice. Mission complete.
I'm going to ask for more specifics in a moment, but I'm going to go have Jim get us off planet.
Not yet. We don't want to look like we did it, because in about 5 minutes, those things are going to be known as missing.
Then we want to get off before they're known as missing.
But then it looks like we did it.
We're an ocean away.
Yeah, not the entire ocean.
A quarter
Actually-
ocean away.
Actually, good point. Try to get him to coincide our leaving with others that are leaving around this time. It's usually the afternoon rush hour to get out of here, so we can probably mesh in with him pretty well.
Every universe has a goddamn rush hour.
It's different on individual planets, but yeah. So you give Jim his instructions. Leave when the crowd's leaving. Just fly casual.
Fly like we're not smuggling the most adorable kittens in the universe out.
Unfortunately, he's been drinking, so he ends up rear-ending the ship in front of him.
No, that's why we
There's
asked
not a
if
lot
he
of
was
damage.
drunk.
There's not a lot of damage, but you have to swap insurance.
Our Armando puts 5 points of his regenerative force to take away alcohol.
You know, it upsets the pups, so they start whining. The police hear it. You know,
Through the ship, they hear it
20
through the
years
ship.
later, we'll continue the campaign.
Find out that 20 years, Achilles is dead.
The shadow technocracy rule cream.
Oh,
Adrian is now the shadow technocracy.
Look at me, I am the big bad now.
Just sitting there petting one of the Bolarolas like,
Just slowly turns around in the chair, just like. So, you've tried to infiltrate my institution, have you?
Adrian, what are you
Oh, it's
doing here?
making-
Oh, what's you doing here? Long time no see.
Falcon Wolf has given us a lot of whatever cheer walls are over in the chat. I've never seen those before.
I'm sorry,
We're
what?
crazy.
What are they called?
Oh, the little icon says cheer wall. It's
Tier
like a
wall.
snowman that sprouts a narwhal.
Oh, it's okay. I got you. It's
Yeah,
emotes.
it's cutesy. I like
Just
it.
emote spamming. Cool.
Yes.
Keep on trucking, buddy. I usually have chat open, but I forgot today.
I did too. I'm horrible.
I always turn it on just in case.
Well, you have OBS and you have Twitch open. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are we off planet yet? Are we stuck in traffic, like stop and go traffic? Is it
Stuck in
LA?
traffic. Oh God.
You hit 20,000 feet and everybody just has to come to a dead stop.
Just hovering there.
You know you can go like 10 feet up and you're good.
There's just some a-hole on like a little shuttlecraft cutting the lane down the middle.
Just see the police go by. We're all just like hanging out like, are they after us?
But no, Jim
It's
has
the
no problem
boat!
getting Yes, Jim has no problem getting you into space.
It's landing that's the problem.
What was that, Patrick?
Getting into space is easy. It's the landing that's the hard part.
That's true. You could probably aim for space drunk a lot easier than you could, land safely.
Yeah, true. But can you aim for space accurately while looking like you're blending in
Fair
while
point.
drunk?
Let me roll for it.
That's the
You
No.
had to
You've
make him roll for
you've
it, didn't
talked
you?
me into
No.
rolling. Let's see here. Where is expert pilot?
I would help him if that was going to get to it.
Yeah, he did take the alcohol away.
That's true.
Well,
remove
that's
the
true.
alcohol.
That's true.
After he rear-ended that guy.
Fuck you. Damn it, Jim.
Oh, wait.
All right. He'll even use one of his space jockeys for the day. He gets 3 of those a day, which gives him advantage on piloting checks.
What have I done?
Yeah. He has no problem doing exactly what y'all are wanting him to do.
Yes.
You break the planet's orbit, and you're heading off deeper into the system, basically retracing your steps back to the nearest crucible.
Yeah.
And off to Crazy Cat Lady's planet.
And, since I was out, I assume the ships were removed successfully, or they just...
Yes, Adrian managed to steal 2 of them and a bucket.
Alright.
We're giving her the bucket. It's the cutest bucket ever.
It's a science bucket.
Science bucket.
But basically, he grabbed 2 of them that were just about to be chipped, and the process seems to be they chip them once they're old enough to survive away from the parents. So they got them old enough to survive, young enough they didn't have a chip in them yet.
They're at that cute potato stage.
Yeah.
Aramonto's looking at them and then looking at Adrian. Do you know what gender they are? Yeah.
No, I don't care. They're cute and adorable, and don't judge me.
Okay. Aramonto turns around, absolutely judging Adrian.
A cat judging also, but like grabby handing.
Well, you're a cat. You always judge.
He sort of holds him, maybe hissing. Nah, he will share the love because cute and adorable fluffiness.
Yeah,
The rich must bread.
It's like the group therapy animal.
Basically, yeah.
We have seen such horrible things.
Excuse me,
Sure,
what's my
that's what you really have.
emotional support, Bolarola?
Chirp at us, make us feel better.
But you get out of the system without any trouble. You make it all the way back to the next crucible. And there's no big reports. I mean, there would be some scrambling around that station trying to find out figure out what happened. There's going to be some kind of investigation, but these things are not so endangered that 1 or 2 coming up missing shuts the planet down or anything.
Embargo on people coming in and out.
We can never go back to that planet.
Nobody's allowed out.
There's like 6 planets that are like that with us that we can't go back to.
Because eventually it's going to reach a point where we just can't land.
Mm-hmm. One planet at a time.
That's when we just make our own.
Make our own planet. Blackjack and hookers.
Out of my head, Sarah.
On second thought, forget the planet.
All right. So
We
we're
should show them to Jim and be like, are these possibly cute enough for her?
He picks one up. Yeah, that'll do.
They'll do?
He doesn't seem overly affected by cuteness. Never really a pet guy myself, but But a day later,
All of us
he's
are
named,
like-
a day later he's named both of them. So He
Oh,
may be like the grumpy old dad that doesn't want the indoor dog, and then and then,
Right into
then the
that.
indoor dog's his co-pilot. After a week.
Yeah.
I mean, he's walking around. I've only known Scooter and Fifi for less than a day, and I would order if anything were to happen to them, I'd kill everyone in this ship, and then myself.
I would run this ship straight into the nearest star. What were the names you just used there, Patrick? Fifi and what?
Oh no!
Scout.
Scout and what?
Fifi.
Fifi and Scout.
Scout and Fifi. All right, that is what Jim is calling them.
Jesus.
I like that we go from human trafficking to basically stealing really adorable hamsters in the span
Yeah.
of a minute.
Aramanto is just like looking at you guys and just like
Just utter
the whole
disgust.
time. Not disgust. He's just like. Ugh.
What?
Armato, do you need to hold the Bolorola? It'll make you feel better.
Will it actually make me feel better?
Yes.
There have been scientific studies to show
Pet
that
it.
petting animals will make you feel better. It will lower your blood pressure and heart rate.
Adrian
Oh,
holds
I
one
love
up.
those are.
Pet him.
And Armato with his big metal glove.
I've seen that he can put that away.
No, I can put my rig away. I can't put. Well, I guess I could put my glove away. Hang on. I'm going to voluntarily roll a wisdom save for Aramanto.
Oh
What?
my.
Is he terrified of small fuzzy thing?
No, it's just. Will he go against his natural response to just be like, no, stop?
You underestimate his
That's
tenacity.
the fucking thing. I rolled a 3.
Yes. So
He doesn't say anything. Shut up and let me pet the thing.
yes. There may be a smug look getting tossed at Cat.
One of us. One
One.
of us.
Slides
the
incredibly that way.
Falcon Wolf over in the chat wants one too.
We all want one.
And then all of a sudden, I get the image of. It turns out they're actually like the brain slugs from Futurama.
Yes. It.
They feed off cooing sounds. Oh, look at the cute thing. Yes, give me power, human.
But yes, petting the Bolorola makes Armato feel a little better. He's still uneasy with the whole crime aspect of it, but this is kind of nice.
I mean, it's not even the crime aspect. It's like a stage removed from straight up hypocrisy.
Considering the shit he has seen us do,
Yes.
this is
None of
probably...
which was stealing living beings voluntarily.
They seem to be perfectly happy as long as they're fed and petted.
I guess. Oh, no, monster misses. Yeah,
We're winning him over, guys.
it's just like this.
Look, we'll check out her setup there. If we don't think she'll care for them properly, we'll take them back. Have Yanni just drop them back off at the...
From like 20 feet in the air.
No!
Like a claw machine.
No, how dare you suggest that? And she's like petting the other one, like holding it to her protective. If we don't think the lady will take care of them properly, we'll have Yanni. We'll go back, we'll have Yanni put them all in the bucket and just gently deposit them back at the research center. I mean, maybe she's a sciencey person, right? Maybe she'll find a way to breed them in the wild. It might be good for them. Or
I don't know
then,
anything about this person. I am never kept in the loop with these things. You just wake up one day and you're like, by the way, we're stealing these animals native to this one island.
he was there when Jim said something about the lady liking.
Yeah,
Cute
but that's
animals,
all.
yeah.
That's
fuzzy
all he. That's all he knows.
We were planning this all in the.
Yeah. He's dumb. Okay. Let him be dumb.
Bless him.
He has one function: to cut a fool down.
And to apparently be ship dad.
Ship dad. Yeah. I have to make sure. So when we're done cutting down fools, I got to make sure everyone, has a good mental going into the next thing.
To cut down more fools.
Exactly.
That's why we got the Bolorola.
Yeah. More specifically, that's why I got 2.
So which one are you going to part with?
Ideally, none of them. But
Exactly.
if
You're
I
already getting
have
attached to giving them names.
that was Jim. If I have to, what were those names again?
Scout and Fifi.
Fifi and Scout, yeah.
Okay, if I have to, Fifi's mine.
Yours.
And so it begins.
Excuse me, which one of us can turn invisible?
That's beyond the point.
And which one of us can seal doors and none of you can get through?
You have to share the ship pet. You have like 15 robots.
Actually, I have 3 now.
Like 15.
If I'm sharing the ship pet, you're moving in with me.
Do I get majority time with the Bolorola?
We split 50-50.
75-25.
60-40.
Okay.
My way.
No.
You already said okay.
Damn it!
Roach and know you for it. What?
No!
You gotta kick his ass.
As long as he
I
start
mean-
popping laser swords, yeah.
It's gonna become a duel for who gets majority time share on the Bolorola.
I'm literally waiting for the fist fight.
She could kick his ass.
Probably.
I mean, no, yeah, she could. Flat out. Adrian is a brain man. Not much else.
Fine. Doing it for Fifi.
Yes.
For the Fifi. Alright. So, you've gotten to a crucible. I assume y'all are y'all heading straight for, Vicaro 5?
Probably asked him if it's smart to call ahead.
Let's say, let's ask Jim if we should call ahead first.
Oh, I have no idea how to call her. I just know about where she lives on the planet.
Well, might as well go then. I guess.
Once we get closer to the planet, we can always scan it.
True.
Picking up one specific life form on a planet is going to be a bit much.
Oh, once we get closer to where Jim says she is.
So it takes you about 2 weeks to get there. It's kind of out in the boonies. It's off the major trade routes. It's not near a crucible.
I would assume at the Crucible we picked up like foodstuffs for the Bolorolas and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
And probably a carrier for Fifi for her to stay in.
They don't have any special feeding requirements as far as, just keeping them in general health. They are mostly herbivores, but they also eat some insects.
Okay.
So, some lettuce and some dried mealworms, and you're fine.
They're actually lizards.
Probably more along hedgehoggy lines.
Yeah, probably. So, like I said, a couple weeks travel. But other than that, pretty uneventful. Get a little cabin fever by the time you get there. Some of y'all are ready to get out and stretch your legs.
Armato.
Impromptu basketball games in the cargo bay.
Come on, Hole. What kind of ups you got? Get the chiller.
Now I'm just picturing somebody.
Stop using. There are no Esper powers in basketball.
I didn't use my Esper powers. That was
No,
awesome.
that was probably Adrian using Esper powers in basketball.
Oh, me.
So which one of you is sitting over there on the sidelines using the Motorola's as pom poms?
It's like
Adrian.
More than likely 100%. And by pom poms, he's just sort of holding them and petting them, and having them make purring noises of inspiration.
So you arrive in the system. This system is mostly gas giants a ways out. There's only 2 kind of rocky planets further in.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I'm sorry, this is Volna 5, sorry. I've got my numbers mixed up. So there's at least 5 rocky planets. But other than the 5th one, they're all small, half the size of Earth down to about the size of Mercury. Vicaro 5 is about 80% the size of Earth. Gravity's pretty close to 1G, not exactly, but close enough you're unlikely to notice after you walk around for an hour or so.
Yeah.
There's no sign of habitation in the system approaching the planet. There's no space stations in orbit. You didn't see any asteroid mining or any signals. As you approach the planet, though, you receive a comm. You hear there's a kind of a gruff-voiced, almost growly, I guess you could say. Valna comes up on the screen. What is your business here?
Yeah. Is this the person in question? Because you said it was a Valna, correct? Oh, it's Jim. Is this her?
Oh, you may not have been here when I described the planet. I can't remember. She is a Dindus.
Oh, Dindus. Okay.
She has been living on this planet for quite a while. 20 years or so ago, a Valna colony set up here. So it's not they haven't populated the planet or anything. You've got 3 or 4 settlements kind of scattered around.
What was the dentist's name again?
Naroba Dasto.
We're looking for Naroba Dasto. We heard she was here. We have business with her.
Let's see. He's not familiar with it. He's like, that doesn't sound like a Valna name. Where is she supposed to be?
It's not a Valna name. It's a dentist name.
Not a lot of dentists on the planet. Where is she supposed to live?
I'm assuming we would have gotten that information from Jim during the 2-week trip, so she would just pass that on.
I see. Sending you coordinates to he sends you the coordinates to the nearest settlement to there, and there's one relatively close by. Passing you, and then he passes you over to the, I guess, for lack of a better term, air traffic controller of that area. You seek landing permission?
Yes, please.
They give you a spot to land. What is your business here?
We're looking for a mutual friend of, and I completely forgot her name already. Volarola. No, that's no. That was no. We have Bolorua. No.
Niroba Daisto.
We're looking for a mutual friend that Naroba would know. We thought he may have come here. He's been out of contact for a while.
You see it's a female Valna you're talking to now. You see her eyes get wide and you drop that name.
Good wide or bad wide?
Like startled. You're friends with the Witch of the Wide Wood.
Well, that's a lovely name.
That's not a name we know her by.
It's what we call her locally.
Why?
The Wide Wood is a large forested area.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the witch part.
Yeah.
She has
Is she
unnatural
a good
abilities.
witch or a bad witch?
I don't think
She's
witches are
committed
really
no
good.
crimes that we know of.
She's just creepy.
The first colonists in the area approached her perhaps a little aggressively.
Oh, first mistake.
I mean, not. I don't want to make it sound like they were, murderous or anything, but they were
aggressive.
perhaps impolite, and it went badly for them. She's a very, very powerful Esper.
So are we.
Does our motto say that?
No.
We'll
he doesn't.
make sure to approach her cautiously and respectfully. We have no urge to cause any trouble or waves on this planet while we're here.
Very good, very good. See that you are, or see that you don't. Any freight to declare? Bringing in any, plants or animals?
He's
Do
trying
you
to...
have any fruits to declare?
In the background, like
goes-
Adrian's wearing him as a hat or something.
She goes through the basic, declarations as you arrive in, kind of the place.
We don't have anything we're bringing to sell, no.
Okay. Do you have an idea of how long your stay will be?
Well, we don't know how long it'll take to contact her, but I would say no more than 2 weeks, probably much shorter than that.
Oh yeah, we
Significant.
you can ask around when you get down here. Somebody knows about, somebody will be able to tell you about where she lives.
Does she have any communication, like any communication devices or anything that anyone would have the ability to contact her, or does she stay off
Willing.
grid?
Willing
She's-
or unwilling, of course.
She seems to stay mostly off the grid. I can't, we don't know what she's got in her house,
Okay.
But when she shows up in town, she just sort of shows up in town.
Does she show up in town regularly, or just
A
as
couple
she
of times
wills?
a year, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
We had that
I've
rough
been
start. Like I said, she hasn't caused any. Your friend hasn't caused any trouble for us since that.
Sounds like you started it,
It depends on whose side of the story you listen to.
I guess. Sounds pretty cut and dry to me.
Either way, we have no urge to cause waves, one way or the other. We'll
Okay.
go find her, ask what we need to ask her, and be on our way.
So you fly over to the appropriate continent. This settlement is in a river valley, and sure enough, as you're landing, there's kind of a prairie. It's kind of like prairie lands on one side of it, and then a little bit to the east of it, it starts. What you can see even coming down from orbit, a very large section of forested land that takes up most of the rest of the continent. The majority of this world has an unusually small amount of tropics and a rather large Arctic areas at the north and south, but the majority of the planet is habitable.
Mhm.
it's going to have it's going to have heavy winters. Most of its woods are kind of evergreen. The local equivalent of kind of conifers, but so you land outside the little. It's not a spaceport per se, but kind of the landing area for any flying vehicle. It's on the outside edge of town. Town looks like it's probably got a population of 5,000 or so. So it is a decent sized town. But it's not like a large city or anything. From what you've seen from orbit, most of the towns on this planet are about this size. It was not a colossal colonizing endeavor.
It got really hot, so I turned my fan on. I make no apologies for it.
As you land, basically the customs guy comes out and he talks to you. He goes through a lot of the same information that she asked you on the vid.
We mentioned nothing about the Bolarola.
Unfortunately, the Valna have really good ears, and you're thinking about it too loudly. What? They're delicious. Where is it?
Oh no.
They're a delicacy. They've actually
So
banned
North
all
Korea's made the Bolarolas.
So that's why they're endangered.
Well, the Valna have a period in their history where they were hit with a lot of bioweapons. Maybe the Bolarola or the cure.
Just wipe it on their face.
Just chamois them with the Bolarola.
That's why they make ShamWows.
But he gives you the docking fees, which are pretty low. But it's just out in the middle of nowhere, and there's not a lot of actual facilities to it. So they've got some basic security. Nobody's going to mess with you. He assures you no one will mess with your ship while you're gone. They have a refueling station.
And I'm betting it's locked down once we leave the ship with Esper power.
Yeah, that is up to Adrian. Jim closes the hatches and boop, boop. Anything past that is
it's all yours.
Yeah. You need at least a Class 4 Black Hat to get through that. Nothing less.
And a backwater planet like this probably does not have very many Espers, period.
Probably one Esper is the one going to sea.
Well, there's probably a
if she
couple
has
on the
Black
planet, but
Well, they first have to have Black Hat. They second have to have Black Hat to forward up.
Yep.
So.
And it's got to be Esper decided to stay on this backwater instead of going out into the galaxy and doing something,
Productive.
Well, more productive.
Destructive.
Something he could make more money, make more money at.
Yeah. So Adrian, when we drop off our ship on me, Scout. Is that on purpose?
So are you just taking one of the Bolarolas?
Oh, yeah.
Which one? So you're taking Scout.
No, both of them are on the ship right now.
Oh,
We're gonna
you're
use
not
Yanni.
carrying them with you to go out and visit her this first time.
No, not.
Okay.
One is in her little crate in Adrian and Kat's room, being happy as a clam. The other is in another one.
It's in his happy fun ball rolling around.
Yeah. and Yanni is staying by that other one for when we need to produce the fuzzball.
Okay.
Then he will bring the fuzzball.
Da-da-da-da.
So basically, you took one of them out of its bucket and put it in something else. Okay.
Well, neither of them are in a bucket anymore.
No.
Little plush beds.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but they start whining when you separate them.
To start feeling threatened without finding the other one to be a bolt.
Now we gotta go steal a third one.
Yeah, I mean, all you're doing is tempting me to go get another one now. And this time, all I have to do is wait on some other part of the system.
Alright, so you're in town. What kind of inquiries are you going to make on where this woman is?
Okay, one of the things we can do is, well, since she's kind of a famous person here, per se, I'll look up news articles or anything in that regards to when she shows up, and more particularly, which area of town she came into. Basically, which direction she came from.
Aramonte is just gonna ask random towns, "Hey, have you heard of the witch? Where she is? Thanks."
Cat's gonna join Aramonto. Witch of the Woods? Anybody? Witch of the Woods?
Yeah.
Alright, Hedrick, you said you were checking like news articles and stuff?
Yes.
You don't find a lot of news articles on her. Give me a investigation roll.
Now, what is my...
Would you like me to roll charisma?
And... not bad. Oh, come on, guys, roller phone.
Actually, you two would be making investigations as well, I guess.
Investigation.
I see my dice rolls are already starting well.
You find a couple of old articles talking about the confrontation they had with her when they first arrived.
I see.
No one was killed, but she hospitalized a couple of them.
And, these are like the purple, like... Are these like the... I keep wanting to call like the... Medusa almost looking people.
The dentist, yes, they've got the kind of tentacles for hair kind of thing going on.
Okay,
And
okay.
like an odd, a weird number of fingers. And did they have
Definitely
hooves?
not the Asari from Mass Effect.
No.
Definitely not.
Oh no, those are somebody else. Those are like the people we've actually encountered here.
So Aramonto rolled a 3 on the dice, which is a 2. So he's just talking to a wall right now.
We roll investigation.
Yes.
13, not much better. Well,
You're talking to a person instead of a wall.
Aramonto, are you okay? Are you okay, Aramonto? Do you need to talk?
I'm. What are you talking about? What?
Armato keeps stepping up to people. The Witch of the Wide Wood, where is she? And they just...
I can roll intimidation for that. I got charisma.
Most of them just turn around and walk off. You actually startle one woman enough that she hisses at you before she...
I hiss back.
With a 13, Cat, when you're not distracted by how bad Aramonto is doing at this, you finally have one woman finally tells you, most of us here in town don't have any dealings with her. She'll occasionally come in and buy something, some supplies or something. The only person I know of here in town that has any sort of dealings with her is Wimar Sorrowling.
And where would they be located?
Let's see. I realized I did not give a name to his company. He's basically like a woodsman scout. He'll guide hunting parties out into the woods. She's like, look up his name in the local directory. He has a storefront, or he has a business.
Directory?
Then she will do just that.
Oh, and sure enough, it comes up. He'll escort prospector types out there. People who just want to go on hunting expeditions.
Okay.
He seems to be kind of the Valna version of your kind of woodsman type.
Fuck Bear Grylls.
I guess it's the
And
cat
she-
drills.
She will go find this guy's storefront and pass on the information to the other folks in the area.
I'm still talking to the wall, and it's like, oh,
Gently
Oh,
grabs
hi.
Aramanto and turns him away from the wall.
but it was saying such nice things.
Aramanto, are you drunk still? You were talking to a wall, dear.
Was I?
Yeah.
5 points. Oh, I guess I was.
Suddenly sober.
Kind of like shoulder pat. And just like, come on, let's go find this guy.
All right.
We're going on an expedition.
All right. So who all is still on the ship?
Adrian would have to go in order to warp Yanni.
Okay.
I mean, if we've got the ship really locked down.
Jim's still there. Oh, this isn't he?
You're breaking up a little bit there. What was that, Patrick?
I was asking, I thought Jim stayed on the ship, or did I miss that?
Jim usually stays on the ship. In this case, he is kind of your contact. He's the only person who's had contact with this woman.
Oh, okay.
Because he made some vague remarks to the fact that maybe he's older now, maybe she won't try to keep him this time.
What?
He did not seem enthused necessarily becoming here, but it's the only place he could think to check.
I'm going. Can I do because I don't remember hearing that at all. I don't know if I was here for that session or checked out for that session, but
You were here.
I was here for that. I was like, I want to do a very quick like insight on like being kept as a pet.
Okay.
14.
He also got a 14. So you can't really tell how serious Jim is when he says that.
Because Jim has has dicked me around before.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. So yeah, you're not super sure, He definitely doesn't seem worried like he thinks his life's in danger or anything, but you're not sure how serious he was about that comment.
It's like that weird aunt he doesn't want to go see.
We all have one. Fair.
True.
I don't think I do. I don't think any of my aunts were particularly weird.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Minor.
All right.
One of mine started liking the cosplayers I take pictures of, and I was like, that's weird. That's too many worlds crossing over.
Don't cross the streams.
Exactly.
All right. So you go to talk to Wimar. You get to his storefront, and it's got fairly simple, just words up in the window, the name of the place, kind of what he does. As you walk in, there's literally just kind of the old-fashioned bell over the door. Not that this planet is primitive exactly, but it's got kind of a rustic vibe to it. And the Valna in general, they don't really use more tech than they have to, or than they need to. They like to keep the traditional ways of doing things. So, they've got cars for long trips and stuff. They've got all the tech they need. They're not complete Luddites or anything. But a big part of their culture is not letting the technology kind of do away with the old ways, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when you walk in, there's it's almost just like a little receptionist area kind of thing. There's a young Valna woman, child really, sitting behind the counter that kind of kind of hops up when she sees you come in. Well, hello, welcome. And she kind of stops and looks at you all because you haven't seen very many non-Valna on this planet so far. And she just had a squad of y'all walking in. It's like, ooh. Not like she's frightened, just like, ooh, this is interesting.
Ooh, new people. I don't know what you look like.
If she finds
Aren't,
out,
3 of us
Yep.
human and or humanish, human adjacent at least.
No, but she kind of shakes her head, kind of catches the. Well, welcome to crap. I really got to come up with the name of this company. Weemar's Wilderness Guide.
Scouts and
Wilderness
sundries.
Guides. What brings you in? I'm guessing you're not firm here.
No. We'd like to talk to the proprietor, if that's all right.
Well, he's not here right this moment. But hang on just a second. I'll calm him. She walks back around
Please,
the counter and pulls out a little calm.
please and thank you.
You hear her go, Papa, I think we've got some people here that want to talk to you. I assume they're customers. I think they're from off-world.
What was your first hint?
The fact that your dad blamed aliens. Okay, Papa, I'll tell him. He'll be back in just 5. He'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes.
Cool. Thank you very much. You've been a big help.
Yeah, you can wander around, and there's some kind of brochure type stuff and information on the flora and fauna in the local area and other in the wider world to some degree.
Paramount's just kind of looking at that stuff. He's a little interested in that kind of thing.
There's guides on kind of what's good to eat.
He really is Bear Grylls.
Well, like I said, he does a lot of hunting tours. So
Mm-hmm. Paramount's just in particular looking at the poisonous stuff.
Question is his name Grills Bears?
no.
No.
already
don't
made a
laugh
cat
at me.
drills joke because he's a cat guy.
No, Sarah's laughing at me because her husband made a ranger character. That was his name. Was Grills Bears.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
So I specifically made that joke aimed at her.
It's okay. I made the Archibald one specifically at you guys.
Archibald's gonna end up somewhere. I'm just saying Zora's got a high charisma for that reason.
Jesus Christ.
Archibald may or may not end up as Satiel's polymorph minion. What happened to the chicken? I don't know, but there's a giant gorilla over there.
I take it Archibald was some kind of animal.
Archibald is a
Archibald
chicken.
was a rooster
Oh, okay.
that Tongaroa and Mello won while completely shit-faced drunk going through a maze.
As you do at Renaissance fairs.
I mean, essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And now apparently Tonga is trying to turn it into the group mascot, and apparently there's this cult that Tonga's trying to form. I don't know. It's weird,
When the streams cross.
basically.
Well, this game is 5e. We could import him real easy. Just say. Put some extra wrinkles on his forehead and pointed ears. Make him the Star Trek alien version of a chicken.
Can actually fly instead of just
Got horns.
If you took a chicken to a low gravity world, it could probably fly.
That doesn't mean much.
Becomes a dinosaur again.
Watch a rooster hunt down insects. They're still dinosaurs.
Just
I have
very
seen
small
a rooster. I have
dinosaurs.
seen a rooster hunt down insects.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they're still dying.
Getting off subject. So yeah, a few minutes later, Weimar comes in. He's got some packages of food. His daughter or the young lady runs up and grabs them both.
Yo,
Oh,
Greetings.
hello, welcome.
Yo.
Yo's pretty
What?
universal. So what brings
Um,
you?
What up, you naughty mini bon?
He holds out his hand, waiting for the inner John Giddy.
I
No, he comes by and shakes your hand. Well, welcome to my shop, or my store, office, or whatever you call it.
their storefront, whatever.
He'll go with the term shop. Oh, what brings Offworlders here?
I will, or anyone else does anything, I will whisper it in his ear so as not to startle his daughter. We're here looking for the Witch of the Woods.
Naroba?
Yeah,
What business
yeah,
do
yeah.
you have with her?
It's a long story.
also cordial before you think otherwise.
Yes.
Just information. We're looking for a mutual
He
friend.
kind of looks up under Armato's cloak where he can still see part of the rig.
I look, man, I can't take this off even if I wanted to.
It's literally bolted into his
Clearly, you're an Esper.
Yes.
Possibly a couple of you.
I think most of us?
All of us.
Yeah, all the
All
player
of us,
characters in this game
technically.
are Espers.
No, yeah, you're right. All of us are Espers.
Because even if you're the soldier class, you can infuse your abilities into
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, you don't have to tell him that, but
I'm absolutely an Esper.
well, you don't mind my asking, what sort of business do you have with her? She'd frown on it if I brought anybody hostile by.
That's there's a friend of ours that she knows, and he's kind of vanished on us, and we're kind of hoping that he might have brought by here, met with her at some point. So we'll just see if she's met him,
Mr.
and if she might
Vasher?
know anything. Yes, actually.
You just know these people?
I get around.
I guess it's your job to know. Yeah, sure, fair enough.
No, he swung by the shop, been a few weeks back now.
Really? Do you
Yes,
know if he's still on planet?
Oh, I have no idea. I only spoke to him the one time. He asked me for her, he didn't need me to take him out on a tour. He just asked for her general whereabouts, Truthfully, he already knew where she lived. He was just checking that she was still there. He had some evidence on him that, that he was a friendly acquaintance of hers.
I mean, I look at the others and I'll like really quickly swipe a message on my comm and say, tell them about the tribble.
No.
Well, he's kind of vanished, and we're trying to find him.
Yes. We gathered evidence for an extinct civilization that apparently got his old
Cat losing her shit.
Cat just throws up her hands like, well, why don't we just tell him everything?
No, because I'm actually not telling him everything. It's just like we found, we've actually researched a bit of an ancient civilization for him. Not giving everything for it. Essentially, that whole thing, give him some of the truth, but not all of the truth. Because him researching an extinct civilization, considering who we're talking about here, would not be out of character.
And Weimar nodded his head. Okay, archaeologist, that makes sense of the picture he showed me.
Yeah.
And he's saying that Jim has been playing on his comm, or on his tablet essentially. And when he steps to the guy, he goes, "Was it this picture by any chance?" And it's a picture of Achille, the dentist woman that you assume is Naroba. Let's see, Achille, her, Jim, Basil's in there, and there's a few other people that look like film crew kind of stuff. It's like a group picture.
It's a group picture with all the production crew and everything.
Yeah, basically.
He's gonna.
And sure enough, Weimar nods. Oh yeah. Oh, that is you. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He looks at him. I'm satisfied now that you.
No,
At least some of you know her.
I will elbow Jim and be like, "Hey, can I get a copy of that picture for my room?"
Oh, that's right. You're a fan.
Yeah.
Jim's like, yeah, sure.
Thanks.
A couple taps, and then he makes a swipe gesture towards you, and you get a ping on your device.
Cool. Thank you. Sign it later.
You can have everyone sign it and get it framed.
Yep.
Secretly, the rest of the crew comes by, signs it too. Why is everybody's names on this? What everyone else was doing?
It was just what everyone was doing. Like the killbots have their signature on it too.
Take it, beat me to it.
Little Bolarola paw print on it.
So anyway, Weimar looks at you. Do you have your own vehicles, or are you going to need to actually hire me as a guide to get you out there?
If you give me 10 minutes, I can make one.
I think both of you can. He's pointing at like Hull and Adrian.
I don't know if Hull does vehicles or if he just does killbots.
I mostly do.
I think he's
Killbots.
capable of doing vehicles, though. Is the thing.
It might be a power you could take. I don't know.
I think it's like later on, probably.
I can't do it until next level.
Yeah.
I can't do it at all.
Adrian was pop up. Give me 10 minutes, I can make one.
It's pretty
Well,
handy.
what I'm asking, Weimar looks at you, is if you're hiring me, if you would like to hire me as a guide for you out into the woods, or whether you can just go there yourself.
Oh, I mean,
Makes an expert not be. They're also considering you are a familiar face to her.
This is true. Me and Naroba get along fine.
yeah.
He sees this little girl pop up. Ooh. Can I go, Papa?
Oh, great. I was scared of startling the child. Now she's just into it.
He's like, no, this is, if they hire me, this is business. She just kind of sits down and kind of pouts and goes back to reading.
But if we don't hire you, your daughter can come along.
No, she cannot.
Take
She's going nowhere with off-world strangers. No offense.
it.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel it would be better as far as her parlaying with us.
Depends on how friendly she is with this fella. He gestures over to Jim, and how polite the rest of you are, I guess. But
She tried to kidnap me when I was 7. I don't know, man.
Alright, so what I'm hearing is I need to not talk.
Yes.
Yes.
Just maybe Aramonto, considering how his rolls as well.
I rolled one time, and it was my dump stat.
Talking to walls, Aramonto.
Give me a charisma roll, damn it.
I know that feel. Let me persuade somebody. Come on, damn it.
no, you'll get a chance for charisma rolls when you meet her. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I can fair with advantage.
Yeah, I think. How much do you charge for your services?
All the monies.
All the monies. I probably should have looked up services before I got to here.
I mean, you can just. Again, you're the.
I know,
you
but
can
I
just
hate
make
to.
it.
I hate to undercharge you. I mean, overcharging you wouldn't bother me too much, but
It's 5 cubits.
500
Pretty sure.
cubits.
Might have looked it up. 5 cubits.
That seems unlikely. What page did you look on?
I am totally BSing you. I haven't looked up a damn
Yes,
thing.
I figured so. So.
Gotta make up a page at least, Jesus.
It's a couple. Let's see. Be about a day's drive. Luckily, there's trails most of the way. 150 cubics.
Make it an even 200.
He's certainly not going to turn that down.
Tell no one we were here.
Everyone in town that's seen you is going to know you were here.
Yeah, we're the only non.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
if someone specifically
Adrian
comes
just looks at
questioning for
Armando
us,
like,
I'm trying, guys.
It's fine. We'll be fine.
All right.
I'm
So
gonna
he-
make a call.
fine.
He makes plans with you to meet him the next day. He has his SUV, kind of something that you will travel out with. So y'all be thinking of
works too.
anything y'all want to do before you depart. I need to step away for a second. I'll be right back. So talk amongst yourselves.
Armando's gonna go get drunk this time. This time it's depression drunk.
Cat's gonna come and be like, "Look, man, what's up? You've been getting drunk way too much. You were talking to a wall earlier."
It's just so much.
I mean, this is probably the least stressful mission we've had so far.
Yes, and now I can actually properly compartmentalize all my stressors.
Hey, Cat,
What?
the key bit of that is so far.
Stop with your jinxing us stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to not.
She sounds like a nice lady. We'll be fine.
I sure will be fine, and just I'm overly cautious after last just fine mission, and then look what happened.
To be fair, that guy was a dick.
He was a dick. He would have been a dick that would have paid. But no, he had to be a fucking asshole.
And we still
Yeah.
got paid.
And we got him put away.
And took out a slave ring.
Mm-hmm. And saved some people. And possibly
Sure.
helped a village.
We're proud. This is probably the most noble thing we've done. Well, actually, we do several noble things. But this, in terms of like the experience that you've had with us, this is arguably one of our more noble pursuits.
Don't say that. That doesn't make us look any better.
We kidnapped 2 animals from their natural habitat, one of which is going as a bribe, the other one is going to be the ship's.
I apologize for nothing.
You never do. This is not behavior
You're quite correct on that.
I know, man.
That's why Yanni hasn't stolen your stuff down drywall yet.
Cat in the corner like, ugh!
Alright, so is there any supplies or anything you're going to look for before you leave?
Armando's before he gets drunk is going to get a grappling hook of some sort, just in case.
Okay, you have no problem finding that. Do you also get rope to go with it, or?
Yes.
I actually have a full gun as well.
I am suddenly reminded of that glitch in Wind Waker where you can literally fly around the map with the grappling hook.
Good times.
Is it a glitch or a feature?
It's
Yeah,
a funny one.
it's not a Bethesda game, so it's a glitch.
You're not wrong. You are
But
not
for
wrong
some
at
reason we
all.
love Bethesda anyway. I don't know what it is.
Have you seen the shit they've been doing with 76 lately?
No, okay.
I haven't.
That's been a black eye on me.
76 has been a shitstorm.
Mm-hmm.
It's been bad enough that I'm probably not even going to give Blades a chance.
That's fair.
But the next full-on Elder Scrolls game, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't going to be there.
Exactly.
I'm not even
I'm
going to tell
jumping
that
all
lie.
over
My
I'm jumping
upside down horse is going to be just happy in that game.
Look, literally, when found out my buddy had the VR Skyrim, the first thing I did was to walk up to a giant.
So you can get punted into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was fairly certain I hit the skybox because I didn't. I went up and just stopped for a second.
Did you achieve vertigo?
It's an achievement unlocked on Steam VR. Vertigo achieved. Vomit Comet.
All right. So I heard something about Aramato getting drunk. Are you drinking that night, Aramato?
I would be.
All right. Finding a bar in this town is no problem. You get a lot of weird looks being the only human.
What? I want to drink too. God damn it!
Cat, like before he leaves, or before she leaves, Cat's like, "Don't get robbed, don't get killed."
They couldn't kill me if they tried.
There's a lot of them.
They couldn't kill me if they tried.
We're gonna have a talk after all of this.
Yes, we will. Goes into the bar.
Jim slips out with you. I'm gonna need to be fortified
Everybody-
for tomorrow.
Yes.
I didn't realize. Wait, I can
Armando
get.
technically doesn't get drunk. He just mimes being drunk. Because he's immune to disease.
That's not the same as being immune to poison, which is what alcohol
He's
would fall
resistant
under.
to poison, I think. Look at that.
I can quit it anytime I want.
All right. So you and Jim are drinking at a Valna bar.
Yep.
Everything tastes like catnip.
That's just in the air. It's hung up over the door.
Actually, it's just fermented milk.
It's called cheese or yogurt.
You're drinking cottage cheese. Ugh.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst alcohol I've had.
I know a guy at work that will buy a thing of cottage cheese and just sit there and eat it on break.
Yeah.
I mean, I like cottage cheese, and I'll do it, a little bit of it, but like a whole.
I'll do a little bit of it like a drug.
Do a line of cottage cheese, but that's it. I can quit anytime I want.
So it comes out of your ears.
But so like I said, anyway, you're getting a lot of looks in the bar. Nobody messes with you though.
Of course not. I'm intimidating looking.
Bartender asks you and Jim, "Where you fellas from?"
What a short face.
Earth.
Oh, actually from your people's home world.
I was just there recently. Keep them coming.
As long as you keep paying for him, he keeps them coming.
Absolutely.
Uh,
I get up, and after everything, I get up and kind of like stumble a little bit, and then that's like, hold on, I got this. Whoop. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, regenerative force. Cure the target of one disease or neutralize one poison effect.
Yep.
Jim, on the other hand, gets up and wobbles for a second. Nope, I'm fine. They just moved the planet on me a little bit when I stood up, but I'm okay now.
I will carry Jim if he even like looks like he's going to fall. I will carry him back.
What is your passive perception for Armato?
Mine is straight 10. Wait, no, it isn't. It's 13. Sorry, I forgot.
13,
Forgot I'm proficient in perception.
So when you stand up and you do that, you go, oh, wait a second. Okay, I'm good. And then suddenly you're stable again. You hear one guy further down the bar. Ooh, an Esper. He's clearly trying to whisper, but he's been drinking for a while too, so he's whispering kind of loud.
Ooh, a drunk.
You see several heads kind of like, what?
Somewhere back on the ship, Cat's like spider senses tingling. I told him not to get in a fight.
The guy you say that to, it's like he's about to get up,
Yes,
and the bartender kind of gestures to you. Maybe you should go ahead and get your buddy back home.
I will. Thank you. Thank you for the drinks, and I'll leave it to.
Okay.
I'm like this with Jim.
He's
You know,
not
I
that
had a
bad
dream-
stumbling.
I had a dream about this once.
He's not, like I said, he wobbled a little when he first stood up. He's not stumbling drunk or nothing. It's just once he got up, and y'all leave, he realizes, oh man, I didn't eat any dinner.
Always eat, man.
I
Always
know,
eat.
I know better.
Do you?
Usually.
We're gonna get some food in you before we go to bed.
Oh yeah, I'll eat as soon as I get back.
Yeah.
So what are the rest of y'all doing for this night?
Space Netflix.
Who, Scout? So who is Adrian pitting, Scout or Fifi?
Fifi.
I would assume he would have had them both.
Oh no, we have both of them. He has to share. So Cat gets Scout.
I'm gonna have to give it up tomorrow. Possibly, maybe.
All right.
We'll still have Fifi.
So Adrian and Kat are just sitting around watching TV, essentially petting the Bolarolas.
Essentially.
Eventually you hear Armato and Jim get home.
Get home.
Armato I'm guessing basically tells Jim to go get him something to eat.
Armand. Yeah, he would. He would be like, go get, I don't know, a soup or something. There's a really good one that just cures your hangover before it even starts. I would recommend that one.
Yeah, I just drink some water before I go to bed.
Oh my god. No.
Spicy broth and
Get
aspirin.
Get some food in you. Do not get aspirin since you've drunk. No aspirin.
No, he just goes to his medicine cabinet and gets his bottle of
No.
suddenly sober.
No. Okay, fair enough.
It's the future after all.
Yeah.
It's the future.
I'm like, no going to medicine. Oh, there's that. Okay.
So that's this. Patrick, is Hull doing anything in this little bit of downtime y'all get?
There isn't a lot that I can think of right now. Let's see what else. I guess I'll go on the whole. This would be like me going to the hot sheets in MIB here, but I'm checking some of the more conspiracy websites involving the shadow technocracy, just to see if I get anything that sounds too. Basically, it sounds like yeah, probably not going to do that.
Alright, so you were trying to research the technocracy you were breaking up towards the end there. What exactly is it you're trying to find?
Basically, in a lot of ways, I'm looking through like what you call the conspiracy sites, more or less, trying to find that. I think, like I said, looking at the tabloids from Men in Black, I'm trying to find the one that sounds that's a little too up their alley.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
So far, I've rolled 8 and a 6, so I'm glad I haven't had a lot of dice rolls today.
Well, just be glad this was not a high combat session then.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just Armando getting drunk 4 times over.
So the next day rolls around. Y'all have gotten sleep. Jim seems to be fine when he gets up. He ate and drank some water and stuff before he went to bed, so he's not, too bad hungover.
Attaboy. Proud of you, Jim.
Y'all meet back up with Weimar. As you get there, he's telling his daughter, Cena, to mind the shop. Mind the shop. Don't have any boys over. It sounds fairly typical.
Standard stuff for like a 16-year-old.
Yes, basically. She may be a smidge younger than that, but you're not exactly sure how that works with the Volna.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch the shop. No boys over. Don't never let them forget that I know plenty of places in the woods to hide them, or at least their bodies. When he sees you walk up, so y'all ready to head out?
I was raising it. Yeah.
He pulls around the SUV. Excuse me. Which is actually kind of it's a hovering something, so you don't have to worry about rivers or streams or whatnot. Get choked up. So you load up in it. You leave town. As you're driving, keep having a look at this guy's name. Weimar asks you. So you said this Mr. Vasher has vanished. Was that after he'd been here, or had you lost touch with him before he showed up?
We lost touch with him before he showed up.
Said something ostensibly about being on a vacation, but it's kind of been a while. Vacations are usually like a month at most.
He's like, I don't know. The wealthy tend to spend a lot more of their time in leisure. Vasher seemed like a nice enough sort, but he definitely smelled of some wealth.
You're not wrong. Just gonna make sure he's okay and, not in a ditch somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I understand the concern.
He tends to find trouble.
If he knows, if he knows Naroba, he's probably found trouble. Most of Naroba's friends are people that found trouble,
And then found
and
Naroba.
it just came out okay afterwards.
It's funny how things work out when you know high power.
So as he's traveling, he eventually kind of goes into tour guide mode. He's telling you about the planet. And, you get the impression this is the regular spiel that he gives anybody he takes. Most of it's about the local flora and fauna. Since y'all are off-world, he talks about the world in general a little bit more.
Is that a giant alligator?
Pardon?
I was like, is that a giant alligator over there? Water?
He was like, no, I don't know what you saw, but it was not a giant alligator.
Alright,
The big reptiles don't get this far north.
fair enough.
They could, something like that could survive here in the summer fine, but the winter would kill them off quick.
Is that cold over here?
He goes, the winters are pretty rough.
I empathize.
For him, he kind of likes it. The part of his home world he was from was one of the northern climes. So, for him, it's not too different from home.
Fair enough. Kind of, a little fleshier, so.
But anything y'all particularly want to ask him?
Well, I can ask him, how long have you actually known Volna?
You mean
I think
Naroba?
I understand. Yeah, Naroba.
Well, Volna's the name of the cat race.
Yeah.
Too many
His
sci-fi
whole
names.
life.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's getting thrown at once.
But he's like, Naroba, I met her getting close to 20 years ago. We had just started the colony. Me and basically a group of scouts had gone out into the woods, and some of the rest of the guys had stumbled across her cabin. I think maybe they'd been a little impolite to her.
Story we got.
they say she overreacted. She says they were very rude. I could see it going either way. I don't know, but
I'm more than likely to take the side of the one person versus
yeah, well,
five.
she had wiped the floor with them. I helped talk her down and get them back to town.
Is that why she likes you?
Well, she tolerated me at first, but I think she's grown to have some fondness for me. She's definitely got a soft spot for my daughter.
Oh, that's adorable. Because I don't know. Never mind.
But no, it's kind of adorable.
It is.
Cena's quite fond of it. She gets to run around school talking about knowing the Witch of the Wide Wood.
It's a good thing to brag about,
Yep. I'm not
Don't
sure how many of her
push through the
schoolmates
Witch of
will
the
believe
Wide-
her, but
Which of the Wide Wood
but-
will come get you.
Yeah, you just stop bullies like that.
Do not suggest that tactic to her. I'm too
When do I
afraid
get
that
sending?
I'm too afraid that somebody pick a fight with my daughter and the robot would actually show up.
When do I get sending? No, I'm just kidding.
So you travel for a day. When it starts to get dark, he asks you, y'all want to camp for the evening, or y'all just want to try to...
I mean, if it's fairly safe to camp here, I don't see why we.
Okay.
Trust you to know the camping spots, yeah.
He said, yeah, it'll be fine. As long as we start a fire. The planet doesn't have any native life or any intelligent native life. So none of the animals around here are used to fire, so they stay back from a campfire pretty good. You've got some fairly large predators, and he describes things that are brown bear size. Nothing too huge or particularly vicious.
Something I haven't killed before.
That's the spirit.
Cat's like looking over at Haramanto, like, Jesus, are you being just really? We're having a talk later.
You keep saying that, and it keeps not happening.
So you set
He
up
went
camp.
and got drunk last night. She couldn't.
Weemar disappears into the woods for a little while. He comes back with some local game that he prepares. So, you city folks get to watch him clean an animal.
I'm from the streets. I saw this happen to a human once. It's fine.
Cat's still across the campfire, like,
She was a little more privileged than him. She never had to experience this sort of thing.
I kind of look at it the same way. It's like a kid watching a dissecting frog. It's like, oh, cool.
that
Cat's
part
fine with the
do?
thing being. Cat's fine with the thing being like, cleaned and dissected and everything. She's looking at Aramonto like,
Where did you grow up?
Aramonto has seen some shit.
oh, he's just gone from like cheerful to like, Captain Downer.
You were the chosen one.
So anyway, it is a pleasant camping evening.
Good venison.
He brought tents and all the equipment was included basically in the price he gave you. So it was strapped to the roof of the vehicle. Let's see. No, nothing much happens. At some point through the night, one of you wakes up and hears some noises a little ways out in the woods, but just like he said, nothing will approach the campfire.
Wake up with my grandpa, like, what the fuck? Oh, never mind.
He tells you, don't worry about it. Or if you mention it to him the next morning, he tells you not to worry about it. The tracks I saw, it's it was one of the kind of second tier predators in the area. Like I said, it won't get close to the fire though.
So it's just loud and not actually deadly.
Right.
Okay.
It's got an interesting
trust
hunting
you.
technique of if it thinks something's in the area that it can't get to, it'll make noise and try to startle whatever it is into bolting, and then chase after it.
Mission fucking accomplished.
They're
Yeah, the
it
grand
works
goes
for them
back
because
into my hand.
they're fairly quick and agile.
Yeah.
They can chase down most stuff.
I picture it with like it's just a cheetah without a neck.
You have to describe
saw
to him
that
what a
picture.
cheetah is, but yeah, he's like, yeah,
Kind of like a hyena.
It's a hyena.
Forbidden cat.
Actually, he might recognize what a cheetah is.
His cousin.
Considering any human he ever runs into will probably start talking about cats to him. He may have a better knowledge of them.
They're cat adjacent.
What's a cheetah? Your cousin.
Oh no!
I can just see him start getting all offended like Rocket Raccoon.
That's racist.
But is it wrong?
Yes,
Yes.
it is biologically wrong. Stop it.
I don't know. In the comics, Rocket was an actual raccoon. He was an uplifted animal.
Yeah. In fact, I want to say he still is in the comics. At least even in MCU.
In the comics, they haven't changed his origin, and even in the movies, I think when they're arrested, they talk about him being genetically messed with.
Yep.
All right. So travel the next day gets a little bit slower because the path's a little narrower. He's got to drive a little slower. Finally, he gets to a park that goes, all right, we got to park here. It's about a 30-minute hike in.
Like a good hike.
She wasn't considerate enough to build her cabin right on a path.
I mean, would you?
If I came all the way out here to this world in the middle of nowhere to literally live by myself, yeah, probably not.
I understand.
Do y'all know how long she's lived here? I never have gotten a straight answer out of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Longer than
I mean,
you
if you've known her for 20 years, 20 years,
Mhm.
I haven't heard anything. I'll ask her.
Old Jim told y'all that she was pretty old, but didn't just live a long time. So
Yeah. I'll ask her if we get the chance. I'm pretty good at phrasing things. Sometimes.
So you hike up to the, you hike up the hill, or through the woods rather. And it is a slight hill it's on top of. As you get up there, you have he called it a cabin. It's actually a fairly large house, though. It is made of, it is kind of a log house kind of thing. It's clearly been made with mostly local materials.
Yeah.
There is a sort of stone wall around it.
Is there?
About shoulder high on Armato.
Oh yeah.
It is
Armato
clearly
looks
more
like-
decorative. The gates are open. It's clearly more decorative than it is,
Yeah.
effective.
Armato will we're going up. We're hiking up to get to it. That's like a house on a hill or something. Sometime. Okay, so Armato, when we get to as high as we can get before we get there, and do a 180 and just get a good panoramic picture of everything.
Well, it's still all thickly wooded, so you don't see too far off.
No, I'm just trying to. Well, that's the point. I'm trying to get a good picture of the woods.
Okay.
I'm not trying to scout or anything. I'm just taking a pretty picture with my, I don't know, camera phone.
And as you get up there, a very brightly plumed bird kind of lands on the wall and is kind of calling at you.
Can I help you?
Doesn't look like anything you've seen native.
I mean, that tracks. We know that about her.
Yeah.
Can I help you, birdie?
It just sort of chirps at you.
I chirp back at it.
You know bird?
Bird is the word.
Yes. Yes, I do know bird.
Weimar tells y'all, hang back here for a second while I go knock on the door.
I will absolutely take a picture of this bird as well.
Okay. And, if you run a search, if you run a search on it, you'll find, what planet it's from, and yada, yada, yada.
By chance, was it endangered and shouldn't have come off planet either?
Is there a hefty fine for
no,
pulling
but
it out
it
of
is a
its
tropical
ecosystem?
bird, so it probably won't do well around here in the winter.
It's a recent acquisition.
Or she takes it inside in the winter.
Yeah, it's always Or she's a powerful esper,
She just has heating spells on it all winter.
Adrian can make this bird, resistant to space, so
In space, no one can hear you. Caw!
It's time to take my little birdie outside. Resistance to cold. There you go.
Can this bird survive in the cold? Everyone looks at Adrian. What? I can make things survive in space. What do you think?
Though it does make me think of a video I saw one time where some farmer opens up like this little door on his barn or whatever, and this stream of ducks come running out into the snow, like 10 or 15 feet, and then they turn around and run right back into the barn.
Nope. I've seen that video.
Mistakes were made!
Mistakes were made.
That's enough outside for the day.
But anyway, Weimar tells y'all, y'all stay here, I'll knock on the door. I don't think any of her animals would attack you, but they know me, so. She's got a few that, have some kind of protective instincts. So, he steps up to her door.
Please don't punch her birds. I think that'll put us in a bad spot with her.
He takes a step back, he just kind of waits for a little bit. It's a large house, it'll take her a minute.
Actually punch bird. Just if I have to.
Well, yeah, if the bird attacks you and she attacks you, and yeah, punch a bird.
So after he's waited for a minute, a window on the second story, opens up. She kind of leans out. I don't remember inviting any guests. Oh, Weimar, why are you bringing strangers to my house? Okay.
We all wait for her to notice Jim.
Well, she rolled a 3 on her spot, and Jim is kind of standing behind Armato.
That's fair. He has like 3/4 cover back there.
Well, I mean, we brought Jim.
Oh no!
Does Adrian say that out loud?
Yeah.
Well,
Jim will remember that.
She's really recently been visited by Achille, so presumably. So I guess you would jump to the conclusion of what Jim it is pretty quickly.
Take a step to the left, revealing Jim.
She's like, Jimbo!
Jimbo!
I'll be right down. Close the shutters.
You're not living that one down, buddy.
Yeah, a lot of folks called me that back when I was younger.
Cat looks over at Jim like, I'm so sorry.
I brought this on myself.
But hey, you got us, this far.
So
We won't let her kidnap you.
She comes bursting out of the door. She runs past Weimar. 3 or 4 steps. She stops, turns around, and greets him more. She speaks in Valno, and you get the impression it's kind of a not super formal greeting, but greeting to a friend or whatever.
Yeah.
Before she trots back over to or continues trotting to Jim. And when she gets to him, she's giving him the up and down. She walks all the way around him. She pokes him in the belly a little bit. Well, you definitely got a little age on you now, but at least you didn't get fat. I mean, a little pudge, but typical for your species. For your species and your age.
Hey, I'm right here.
Yeah, and you're the only human among us too, other than Jim.
Other than Jim, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I resent that.
So who
Look
are
at
your
me, I'm
friends? Let's
astonished.
see. Oh, another human.
Hi. Armanto. Password.
A little rough around the edges there. Prometheans. Genetically mucked with.
Not wrong.
She gives Hole a good long stare.
God, she's gonna kidnap Hall.
No, it's not. She does not have an approving look on her face. It's like,
Oh, it's one of you.
It's not quite that bad, but it's a little bit
Not too
worse
bad.
than even she got. Her reaction to the Prometheans were kind of like, genetically mucked with. It's like she's classifying everybody, and then Hole's like,
Don't know how to classify the whole. He's good. I can vouch for him.
Oh, I'm sure he's a fine individual.
Everyone here is,
The dead should be
fine
left alive, not recycled into things. No offense.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, the Ashen Forged are pretty much recycled people parts.
Yeah, basically, the Ashen Forge are essentially not quite Frankenstein's, but a little bit.
Frankenstein, but a race.
Makes me wonder what she'd do if she encountered a Balara.
She has plot twist. She
Probably
has them
nothing.
chained up in the back.
Probably nothing different than she would if she encountered a human in a car. The Balar, they're a natural race. They just have to have equipment to walk around where most people walk around.
Yeah.
It's kind of an accurate description of them.
Yeah.
Not wrong, yeah. That's true.
So she walks back over and throws an arm around Jim. So Jim, what brings you by? Just a few weeks after old Achille been through here.
Insight to see how uncomfortable Jim is.
Extremely.
So I'm looking at what you rolled, double 20s.
Yeah.
20/20 vision.
Jim is super uncomfortable.
Kat's going to be like buying Jim drinks after this, isn't she?
Armant's gonna drink with him. It's fine. Just mean Cat doesn't pull him to the side what is your damage?
It's gonna happen. Just not on a mission.
Hole, you can also tell how uncomfortable Jimmy is. With a 20, Cat can tell not only about how uncomfortable Jimmy is, but about how much Naroba is enjoying Jim's discomfort.
She's fucking with him.
Though she does seem to be genuinely glad to see him.
It's like that older sister sibling kind of thing.
It's the older aunt that knows how to push your buttons. So weird aunt. Yeah. It tracks.
Well, please come on in. We can throw some kind of meal together. Well, he spoke to Jim in the stomach. Maybe not for Jim, but for the rest of you. Come in. We'll feed you. I have some sweets.
I appreciate that.
I feel like we should have left a breadcrumb trail.
Hey, my oven's not working. Can one of y'all take a look at it?
Armant's the first one in like a fucking idiot.
As you walk in, we'll wrap up with the description of the inside because we're actually a little after 9 now.
Yeah.
What happens when we start on time? We run late. I don't know how it works.
I'm off tomorrow. I don't care.
But so as you walk in, the house is very warm. I mean, not uncomfortable, not stuffy, just very well lit. There are animals everywhere.
She's quite literally a crazy cat lady, isn't she?
But unlike some of those kind of houses, you go to some people that have just tons and tons of pets. There's not a smell. There's not a. I had somebody that used to game with that you would walk into their house sometimes and you would choke because they had 2 or 3 rabbits. They had 4 cats and a couple of ferrets, and it was not a large apartment.
No, because I literally basically had to actually pop antihistamines just to be able to game there. I know
That's
you're
right,
talking
you gamed
about.
over there with us. And
Oh, man.
them being in the apartment, they wouldn't realize how bad it was until we walked in and they got our reaction. And, then they light some candles or something. But
I guess
there's so many animals here, you would expect something like that, but but it's nothing.
Everything's pretty hypoallergenic.
Yeah, everything's pretty clean. House looks well cared for. Animals all look healthy. There's lots of animals that you recognize. There's some weird stuff that you've never seen before.
You have an Egyptian naked cat in here? I thought they were extinct.
I shave it every day.
It looks like a butterball turkey.
What's a butterball? What's a turkey?
So yeah, it's like you walk into Dr. Doodle's house, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And she talks to them like they can talk back to her. None of them actually talk back to her. So,
does she speak in common or does she speak in another language?
And is it a couple octaves higher?
She is mostly speaking in common. I guess for your benefit.
Sure.
The only language you've heard her use other than common is Valna when she greeted Weimar.
Right. Well, it's less that. It's more to check and see if she was speaking. If she's part druidic and starts speaking the language of the animals.
If she's chirping like a bird to her birds, or squeaking like a chipmunk to the chipmunks.
It's like the furlough thing.
Look Druish. Oh, come on. That was a Spaceballs reference.
If we could do Young Frankenstein, we could do Spaceballs. She walks into a dining room area that, despite the fact that she lives out in the middle of nowhere, she actually has a fairly good-sized dining room with like a full dining room table.
Do you normally have parties?
Not usually, but I like to have the space when it does happen.
Fair. I respect it.
I do occasionally leave world and go running around. I do have friends that know, I'm here.
Yeah. I'll talk about that next session.
So yeah, she walks you in, sits you down, and we will wrap there for this week.
Woo! I think we got
yeah.
bits on stream.
Do what now?
Hell yeah. So I was like, I think we got bits on stream today, so hell yeah.
Is that what the little narwhal things were?
Was it Falcon Wolf that did them?
Yes.
Then Falcon Wolf has given us 75 biddies.
Okay, I didn't count them all. I did think before they were leaving.
It's on the when you look at the stream chat, it's the little thing in the corner.
No, I'll figure it out. Someday my old ass will figure out Twitter. I don't know. I mean, Twitch.
Twitch.
That was not even on purpose, but it was perfect. All right, so we're going to wrap up here. Next week we will start up as you are dining with Naroba. You will find out what her connection is to Achille.
Maybe.
If you're persuasive enough, figure out what Achille was wanting with her.
Possibly give her a pet.
Possibly give her a pet.
The pet helps.
Or maybe she'll demand 2.
No, we'll just tell her we have 1.
She can sense them at a distance. As soon as you enter the atmosphere, she detected cute.
I feel a disturbance in the cute.
Alright, anyway. So anybody, if there's anybody watching the stream, thank you for watching. Anybody that watches come by and watches later, we're glad you're here. Special thanks to Falcon Wolf for coming by and dropping off some bits with us. Let's see. There's still no game on Wednesday until the new year.
It's Monster of the Week, so it's gonna be great.
Oh,
Curse of Strahd is tomorrow. Or Thursday.
I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, Curse of Strahd Thursday.
Oh man, it's
and
something.
We're early in the month, so yeah, I'm assuming Escort's on Monday. I know the holiday will probably start jumbling that some.
We have another 2 weeks, I believe, before
Okay.
we stop for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Sure, it'll get announced or something.
Yeah, more than likely, but who will? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I remember it when when I'm here doing this.
When we do this part at the end, we'll remind you and be like, no, next week we start the holiday.
Who wants a one shot?
So anyway, if you're looking for a game Thursday, check out the Curse of Strahd, and Monday be Escorts, followed again Tuesday by us. Again, I've been your GM for the evening, Jason, and with me has been Eric playing Adrian, Decca playing Armanto, Sarah playing Cat, and Patrick playing Hole. We'll see you next
Enjoyed it.
time.